Power to the people. We are back to do maintenance. You are tuned in to the Keep It Clean podcast. This is where culture meets accountability. This is episode number 15. I'm your host, Nico. I'm joined today with the crew. We back. As you can see, we still trying to get over the holiday weekend. You know what I'm saying? We got the shades on today, but nonetheless, I'm joined with the crew, man. They all pulled up on me. I got my brother Ray in the building. What's going on, man?
Oh, young Reezy out here not loving these hoes, man. Blessed and highly favored, man. Welcome back.
Ray Ban Reezy, what's going on, man? I got my brother Rose in the building. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, we back in this motherfucker, man. We fresh off the jet, yeah.
You feel me? Off the PJ, in the PJs. Last but definitely not least, I got my boy Ev in the building. What's going on, man?
What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing? What's going down?
Everything is love, man. We in the building. We got shades on. You know what I mean? It's episode number 15. We climbing up. We getting somewhere, man. Real quick before we get into it, quick housekeeping. If you are tuning in on YouTube, please be sure to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get up to 100 subscribers, so please hit that button. If you are tuning in on the DS, please be sure to like the page and follow along. Add us to your libraries as well. Stay updated with us on Instagram at Keep It Clean Pod and on TikTok at Keep It Clean Show. My brothers, we back. We got a batch of topics. They dirty, and we got to clean them up. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it clean. First off, let's get our kicks off. Keep it clean solo. I'm going to go first. Real quick, we're going to keep it simple. When somebody has you fucked up, let them know. Let them know. You know what I'm saying? You don't do yourself or them no favors by not saying nothing and trying to take the high road. You just gonna keep letting folks play in your face. So you be better off being like, hey, yo, my man, let me holler at you right quick. And taking whatever that come with. You know what I'm saying? But that's my keep it clean solo.
Can I add to that since you didn't use the full minute? If somebody tells you about yourself, don't try to tone police them and tell them the way that they're supposed to talk to you. Because they wouldn't be telling you about yourself if you would have stayed in character.
For sure. Big facts. Ray or Rose, Ev, either of y'all got a solo for this week?
Yeah, I got one. Man, as everybody know, June is approaching us. That means summer is coming. My keep it clean is simple. Use deodorant, soap, hot water. You be straight. Make sure you use it. It's getting hot.
Facts.
We ain't got time to be smelling you. If you can't get, I ain't mentioned cologne because not everybody can get cologne, perfume, but the essentials: deodorant, soap, hot water, things to actually wash yourself with, and toothpaste and toothbrushes.
Yeah.
Don't forget the jibs. You can't forget those.
Also, lotion. You know what I mean? It's summertime. You're gonna be outside. Put some lotion on. Be out here ashy. Because you don't want to.
Water anyways.
You don't even. It ain't about getting it. Yeah, you feel exactly.
You ain't getting in the water anyway. Put some lotion on.
So yeah, my keep it clean is simply keep it clean.
I like that. Good work. Rose, you got one for this week, or you chilling?
Man, I ain't really got nothing to say to these stinking ass niggas, man. Like, you feel me?
I got one.
We just trying to live for real.
Okay.
Hey man,
go ahead.
I gotta keep it clean. That's mixed with capping your raps, man. Y'all need to stop lying on things you never got. Shout out to Boss Man D-Lo and being able to have your name cleared like that, bro. Y'all need people to stop lying about things you never got. And rest in peace to Chingy's career because, not everybody survives those types of accusations. You know what I'm saying, man? So fix it, bro. Because there's no need to be all the extra stuff, bro. Like, why you gotta lie like that? Stop lying on things you didn't got. It don't have to be famous people either. There's a few of y'all out here that's lying on women that you were never able to achieve, and there's a couple women that are lying on men that they were never able to get. It's okay to stay in your lane. Just what do you gain? What do you gain, man? Go play Boss Man D-Lo next favorite song for the people today.
For sure, for sure. All right, man. Y'all boys ready?
We ready?
Ready to get into it? All right, man. Let's do it. Up first, new music. The Clipse are back. The Brothers of Destruction, the Hardy Boys of hip hop, they're back. And they just dropped this record called Ace Trumpets. I have been playing this record since it came out at about, well, when I woke up yesterday, about 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been playing this record since. What is y'all's reaction to this record? Let's start with Ray. What you got for us?
It's cool to see the brothers back outside, man. Because especially by the time, at least for me, getting introduced to them back in '99, how the grinding beat was being beat down on every cafeteria table for years, man. If you didn't get in the circle with the boys and at least try to get 16 to 20 bars off just that beat alone, I don't know if you can hang in my circle on the cool, man. So fast forward, after seeing Push go through his own career and they soloed off, giving us 3, was it platinum? At least platinum. 1 went diamond. 3 platinum, 1 diamond albums. Push did his own career. Malice went through his journey, came back as No Malice, and you couldn't tell the way he was rapping. The way he was rapping, man, it was cool to see him be back out, and it doesn't look like he lost a step. With that being said, though, I don't know if this is, I don't want it to sound like a one-off fluke. So hopefully that album show this just wasn't, you know what I'm saying, you got back and you had a couple bars you've been saving for a decade. So I want to make sure when we get to the album, you doing what you used to do. Yeah, putting Push as little bro. You didn't.
Okay, Ev, what was your reaction to this record?
Man, this record was fire. This record was great. Shout out to No Malice. First off, shout out to him. If you notice, he didn't use a single curse word in his verse. That's impressive alone. And for it to be bar for bar, right there on par with his brother who's consistent in the gym, and probably better to a lot of people with the better verse in the record, man. He did phenomenal, man. I can't wait for the album. I can't wait for it at all.
We don't have a lot of non-cursing rappers, do we?
No,
we don't. We definitely don't.
I can't think of one besides Chameleonaire off top.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even known that. Not that you said.
Chameleonaire never cursed.
Yeah, I never noticed. That's tight though. Shout out to Chameleonaire. Rose, what was your reaction to the Clipse popping back out?
I think it was cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as not hearing from Push in a really long time. Like I don't think people understand how long we have not heard from Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? It's been a really, really long time. So that was dope to finally hear from him. And then of course, Malice, bro. That's as soon as I heard it, I got some type of nostalgia from it. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing that we used to get back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think Malice, especially being able not to curse and have a verse that was that dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only critique I have, which is not really a critique, maybe just a wish that they didn't stay on that same rhyme pattern for the whole record. And, they kind of got into a different bag to see like, what's up. But other than that, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear the album. Like I don't know. I really don't like to look at music any longer as like, oh, you had the better verse, you had the better verse. Like what makes the best song? But I don't know, the rap shit in me just be like I be geeking to hear like what is like who gonna get that. So like I'm excited to hear Push and Malice jump on a whole album to get that experience.
Yeah, for sure. I think over like as a kid and just over time watching the Clipse, I think it was, I don't know if it was understood. I had to understand it for myself. I'll speak for me. I always kind of edged Malice over Push to a certain extent. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? Nothing crazy. He wasn't watching them or nothing like that, but he was edging them. And with Pusha T's solo run and seeing him clean up a lot of folks, it was like, okay, to hear this, it's like, okay, now you back with Big Bro. Let's get to it. Let's see. Like, you done went toe to toe with Jay. I would say you can clean Jay up at least once. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? So now that we back here,
What joint you thought he cleaned Jay up on?
Drug Dealers Anonymous.
Drug Dealers Anonymous.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Drug Dealers Anonymous.
Jay put his foot in his ass on neck and wrist.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
would. No argument for me. No argument for me.
Pulled out that switch on neck and wrist.
I was listening to that this morning, and I was like, yeah, Jay-Z was.
But you know what's funny? When people rap with Push, they use his motif. Like whatever he uses, they use that exact thing. Like they don't try to go away from it. So it'd be hard for me to like count points off for like or give somebody else points when you using what somebody else, they gave you the blueprint to the whole layout. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So, I don't know.
But that's the only way you can. That's the only way you can really compete with them, because if not, a blizzard is coming. Blizzard is coming, bro.
Nah, that boy Kendrick pulled up on him with some other shit.
He did, and I still had Push getting him on that record. I still had Push getting him on that record. Yeah, because Push said things that.
What'd you say?
You heard what I said. I still had Push getting him on that record, man. I do.
On what
and it's
song?
not. And I don't want to take away from what because Kendrick went crazy
on what song?
On Nostalgia. You know what I'm talking about. I had Push getting him on that record.
We're
not doing that.
I definitely didn't have Push and Kendrick on that record.
Man.
That's
Kendrick pulled out a whole chopper on that boy.
Man,
hit him bad.
You could pull out a chopper, but if the 9 is accurate, it's the same thing, bro. Sometimes better.
The 9 times out of 10. Yeah, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot for sure. But what I was saying to say, now that he's back with Big Bro, it's like, okay, you done went on your own, you didn't cook some of the greats, you done had bouts. Let's see. And so far, I ain't gonna say that this would be the case for the whole album, but so far, Big Bro still got the upper hand on you off of this record. Like Pusha T didn't have a bad verse by far. Like it was not bad at all, but Malice came in there talking very.
Now, would you feel that same way if Malice went first and Push was second?
Yeah. Because it's like it's like it's not a 10-8, it's not a knockdown or nothing like that. But like I'm never leaving home without my piece, like my Mahatma, like all of that. It's like you just start getting into another lane, and it's like, all right, bro. He edging you. It's a slight edge. It's nothing crazy, but I'm interested to see though.
Do y'all have thoughts on or any concerns with the album, especially with Malice turning to No Malice and finding his religious journey, coming back to the creator of Snowfall, and they rapping together on the album?
No. Especially not after this song. Like this song, that's why I was so impressed with him not cursing, because that was something, I ain't gonna lie, I was looking for that throughout the verse, because it's like, after this Push verse, what are you about to do? And it's like, that's what he came with, and he didn't curse. It's like, okay, now I got faith, like this gonna be a cohesive project that you still able to give high quality raps on, because you gotta think he even had still some of that metaphoric subject content in his bar still. It's like, okay, you know how to weave it in and out and how to make it work. No, I'm ready for it. Like I'm ready for that.
That's
album.
what I was gonna say. I think the album really gonna be predicated on like the verses gonna be predicated on subject matter.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
The stuff that Push still actively rap about. You can't you can't love God and really tap into that. You know what I mean? Like you really gotta be dancing with that boy. You know what I mean? Like it ain't gonna work.
Because I do think that was kind of the purpose of this song, is just to go and showcase, hey, I can still do it.
That's what I'm gonna
help alleviate y'all's I'm
if
gonna
they
help
doing
alleviate
stunt
y'all's
raps,
concerns,
Malice gonna be good.
Yeah, Malice gonna be talking ridiculously.
He gonna be good stunt, like
dressed in House of Gucci from selling Lady Gaga. Like,
yeah, that whole verse is stunt. Like it ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all good. Shout out Malice.
Yeah, big fact. Shout out No Matter. Shout out Clipse. Shout out Pharrell on the production. What's up, Ray?
One more question on the early prediction. We're gonna be here. We're gonna have to circle back when the album come out. Who y'all got taking it as the better rapper on the album? Early predictions. We don't know what they coming with. You're gonna have to stand on. We're gonna create a keep it clean moment. Some of us might be wrong here.
Early predictions. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go No Malice. I'm gonna go No Malice with a slight edge. I'm not
Safe,
going.
understood.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it to where it's like I've heard what he's done. I see what he's doing, and this isn't the first time he's done it since back then. So I'm gonna keep it with Big Bro.
I'm gonna say Push, and I say because I think like off first impressions, maybe No Malice, but I think the nostalgic effect of bro, we really getting a whole album of hearing him, not just a verse. We getting a whole album, and I think that's gonna carry it for some people. Like, oh man, you ain't like even with the he's not cursing, so it's more important. Like, it's gonna be a lot of other contextual things that make it where people give him the edge. But then once that wears off after months of listening to it, it's gonna be like, yo, man, Pusha was barring cuz up when you really just not even barring up like beating him bad, but it's like, Push kind of had the advantage a little bit because not to say it like he's not seasoned anymore, Malice not, but Push is still consistent with putting out the music with the content. So I would say it's gonna show that he's still in more lyrical shape.
That's fair. I ain't mad at that. What you got, Rose?
I got Push off of activeness. You know what I'm saying? For him still being active consistently. But I think a lot of people gonna say Malice just for the shock value of him just being back. You know what I'm saying? Like if he do relatively good and just keep up the whole time, like everything is gonna sound crazier than what it is. I'm just hoping for good music, to be honest.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
When people make collab albums, bro, like that's tough. They've done it before, and they got one of the best collab albums. Hell Have No Fury. I mean, that is a ridiculous album. So
They got a 3
I
album
hope
run
they
of
still in that pocket,
collaboration
and they
success.
still got for how long it took them to do this. I know they in that pocket. So
yeah.
And I hope that
got,
production on point, bro. I hope that
Facts.
production on point.
I hope we don't miss Chad. I really hope we don't miss Chad.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I hope not. I really hope not. But I mean, based off of this so far, I don't think so because that beat is insane. But it's just like I hope that's not the Pharrell has gotten real comfortable with that drum pattern. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we gonna see. We gonna see how it goes.
Pharrell is also a perfectionist. I know he's not gonna put nothing out that's not of that cloth. Whatever the raps is, the beats is gonna be just as good.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Who you got? Who you predicting for to come out ahead, right?
Man, I think Malice has the ability to come out ahead simply off the fact that we haven't heard from him. So he comes in with the shock value. Like Rose was saying, like we haven't heard him rap in a while, but he also hasn't said anything either. So he might have experiences that he could mix into his raps because of how long he been away. So while Push has been, man, while Push has been active,
about that man he met that converted and give you some crazy. You know what I'm saying?
While Push has been active, he just didn't experience things.
Yeah,
you know. But
baptize a brick, wash away them sins like a Catholic.
You know, but with that being said, man, I'm team younger brother, bro. The same way I treat my older brothers. Like that's cool, y'all had the crown. That don't mean I'm gonna stop trying to take it. And one of these days, y'all gonna slip up, and I'm never gonna let you forget. So, yeah, I'm with the younger bro, man. I think Push gonna come in here swinging upwards because I don't think we gonna. I'm not sure if they're gonna do more collabs. How so?
Bro, this is Pusha T, bro.
I understand.
Why would he have to swing up?
Run,
like he ain't got to swing up.
If we go through their 3 album run, Malice has edged them the last 3 times they been together.
He's been with the greatest rappers that have ever rapped. You don't have to.
That's cool. I've been with you since you was a kid. Before you got with them, I was with you. And as we grew up, I kept edging you 3 times straight. That's okay. Lil bro at this. I don't mean
We're
that
gonna
as in
come
like
back
his
to this
talent.
conversation for sure.
Yeah,
We gonna have this
let
again.
me clean up really quick. I don't mean that about Push's talent. I just mean that as big bro, Lil bro, strictly off of big bro, Lil bro essence. You know what I'm saying? He's swinging up to big bro. That's what I mean by that. Push is easily in my top 5 MC. So that's
I
cool.
cannot believe you thought Pusha T cleared Kendrick. I
didn't say clear. Did I say clear?
That is
Did
You
I
said
say
he
clear?
edged him. You said he edged him. I think.
Yeah, did I say clear?
You said he
You
edged
don't
him.
have to lie to kick it, Craig. You don't gotta lie to kick it, bro.
The edge, I can't see the edge. I can't see it.
that's
But I
one of Kendrick's best verses like ever.
It is. Shout out to Kendrick.
you want to see a dead body? Like, whew, yeah, it got wicked. In keeping it music, man. So Ab-Soul put out a freestyle as a response to the whole Joey versus the West situation. I'll start. Ab, what is this?
Nothing.
What is this? What are we doing? If
Nothing burger
you
with
just
cheese.
took the time on the cipher to tell us, hey man, y'all don't want me to step out, and now after the whole situation, you popping out again to be like, I might reunite Black Hippie, brother. Do you want the fade or not?
And
Are
not
you
reading
outside or not? Like, I'm all of this woulda, coulda, shoulda rap shit. I'm cool, man. And get a better beat, please. My goodness. What y'all Rose, I see you. What you got? What did you think of this record, man?
I mean, bro, end of the day, too little, too late, man. Like when everybody was popping it, you should have been on the floor getting active. You went on the floor getting active. Now you want to get active, and they don't want to hear that shit. So you know what I'm saying. I respect your whatever you doing. Cool, but my boy, it's too little, too late, bro. Too little, too late.
So, Ed, what you got?
I agree with Rose. It's too little, too late. Hell, like, and then with everybody that jumped out in the ring, they jumped out in such a crazy time, back to back to back. It's kind of dead silence on it, kind of now. Like it's kind of like
It's
everybody
over.
in the West threw their whole ring in. The people that we thought was gonna do good, they didn't. They like, I'm talking to you, and then Ab-Soul, you came in. Let's be real with your commercialized version of Daylight. That's what you did. That's what you did. And now, and you did it a week later, the weekend, Kendrick shows, everything, niggas that moved on. It's like, for what? Telling us your best J. Cole impression, essentially. Like, no, bro, we don't want to hear it. I love you to death, so, but we
And
good.
it's just like after all of that, why would you think that that was gonna be the thing that moved the needle? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that doesn't deserve a reply.
why would that move the needle? Like
This
who
little
was in
kids on
there?
skateboards came in as quiet as mice.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, dog,
Who was
yo,
in there with you? Like we do have to do an assessment on that. Like who was in there with you? Like who sanctioned it? You know what I'm saying? Like we have to do a who sanctioned it. Like now that might be a new thing. Who sanctioned it?
yeah, who sanctioned that? Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I'm
gonna put
saying?
that.
Like
Yeah, let me write that
because
down. Let
we
me put
start to
that
get
in the
to a
notes.
point to where it's like when y'all in there by yourself? Like, is you hitting the button? Like, nah, dead ass, bro. Dead ass.
Ray, what
Like,
you thought about this record,
what we
man?
doing? I know when Kendrick recorded his joint, it sounded so crazy. He was trying to hide it from people. Like when you recorded that and it went off, who sanctioned it?
Nah, fact. I don't even think the record is like on like it's not on his YouTube page, and I think it's like on Twitter or something like
that's
that.
it.
Why would you put that on your
That's it.
page?
Like a Twitter and Instagram or something like that. And it's like, what you thought of this, Ray?
Impossible burger with cheese, man. The biggest the biggest traction you got from this was an Akademiks response.
Yeah, we got to get into that too.
That's the biggest traction you got from this, and it's one of those things, man. It's he barred you up. You got more from a person you didn't shoot at.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
No, you say we. I speak for me.
I'm not doing.
He
Yeah,
said
okay. That's cool.
I speak for me, bro. The biggest you got was an act react, and I hate that for you because this ain't the time. Joey don't have to. It's weird to say that because Soul should have been big bro in this situation. Now Joey don't have to respond to you.
Yeah.
Feedback is showing poor on your side, dog. I saw that, and now I'm gonna do what Kendrick do: say nothing.
So speaking of the act response, in the record, Ab-Soul said he was gonna slap Akademiks when he saw him. In response, Akademiks said, "Your funeral won't be as big as Nipsey's."
I did not see that. That's crazy work. That's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's how he popped out. He popped out and said, "If you touch me, your funeral is not gonna be as big as Nipsey's."
Why do people let him just freely maneuver?
It's a great question.
So lame.
It's a great question.
Because I genuinely didn't know he said that. I was talking about the response to the seeing me part that Ak had said. That's crazy.
He called him blind and all of that.
Yeah.
And, that's funny work. That's cool. Yeah. But once you do the other step, it's like, all right, bro, I can't. And he's a bozo. Like we all know Akademiks is a bozo, been a bozo, is gonna continue to be a bozo. But the question, like you said, is why does this bozo continue to run around with this type of
question? To tell somebody how to react after you tell a grown man.
That part of that question is
that's true.
Accountability on Ab-Soul. That's part of that. Part of that accountability is on Ab-Soul, bro. Because if you know he's a bozo, y'all move in a unit coming from the culture y'all come from, where you aren't supposed to acknowledge lames, bozos, and whatever the case may be. So what did you gain from trying to diss him in the record? Everybody has said this and nobody has done it. So what do you add to this scenario? Yeah, man, you gotta take accountability with that. So I can't get on you too heavy.
I'm not getting on him. I'm not getting on him for reacting. It's more so just there's like, not to say if you slap somebody and they slap you, cool. You slap somebody and they shoot you, fair enough. You can say, well, you can't tell nobody how to react, but there's gonna be an understanding of like niggas took it too far.
Then you're not keeping it clean yourself. Because if you acknowledge that in certain scenarios that we had on this podcast, and I don't want to deep dive in it, but in opposite scenarios that favored your liking, you weren't saying the same thing. You were saying keep your hands to yourself. Ab should have kept his hands to himself. Wherever it happens at, don't tone police me. Same thing I said. I'm not keep it clean.
I'm not tone policing.
What I'm saying is don't tone police on what I said because I wouldn't have said it. It don't ask me to address you. And then when I address you, you feel away. When I was minding my business, we don't have this statement.
You ain't been minding your business though. You've been talking about the team the whole time.
And see, that's where talking about the team. That's where I got to keep it clean too. Sorry to interject like that, but I'm gonna keep it clean. So he did this for some troll reaction antics himself. Like I know he was on the phone with Mac Wop saying, I just thought Ak was gonna troll. I'm gonna be real. So you didn't have the leverage to even mention Ak. You didn't have to mention Ak if this is a response to Joey. What are you mentioning Akademiks for? So that's so that's what I'm saying. It kind of looked like you did this for clickbait, like you not clickbait, but for clicks. You didn't have to mention Ak, and guess what? If you mention Ak gonna reply. Guess what? Most people are gonna say, "Oh well, what did Soul say? Let me go see." Like, and I hate to put that on Ab-Soul, but you was the same guy who was just on Twitter talking about you ain't getting no tour dates. Like, so we got to look at
it. And building off of what Ed said, Akademiks ain't the only one that was talking about the team that was a major streamer. There was numerous. The other young boy that was always hating every time Kendrick's song came on, because I only know this from my nephews, but Ak and whoever the other boy is, they too were on the hate on TDE, constantly hating on Kendrick, saying names intentionally. It just got revamped when this Joey thing came out. So Ak wasn't the only one that said your name, but you chose him intentionally to put him on your track. You knew what you was trying to do, man.
That's fair.
Like this is one of those, like I say, like two things could be true. Yeah, Akademiks is a fucking bozo. He's a bozo out of this world, lame, corny, all that. We know that.
It shows you a bozo when you go that level off of the, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the bozo in it. But what's up, Rose?
That's cool. I guess the other part to me again, niggas not sanctioning your tour, but niggas sanctioning this.
Crazy work.
Yeah, let's not. I don't even want to
Gotta
spend too
keep
much
it, and that's
time.
why I gotta keep it clean on that. Like, look at, let's be real,
It's
bro.
just a disconnect for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
They
a
trying to get him
disconnect.
to. They trying to get him the motion to get the tour. I mean, he did get a tour though. He does have a tour.
I mean,
Just
bro,
letting niggas know he
motion
did
is just not
finally get a
predicated
tour.
on
So he is
shock
going on a
value
tour.
though. Like
Grab
that
him.
ain't the motion, and you not even that type of nigga. Like
Grab him.
Like, let's
that's
be real.
why I
Everybody,
did feel act on that. Like who you put hands on? Like
That's fair.
everybody was just giving you your flowers after Kendrick did what he did last year. Let's keep it real. Like with 616 and that, everybody giving you your flowers, and you ain't even have to do nothing. And you jump in the ring where people ask for you because Joey washed everybody else, but then you drop what you drop, and then you mention Akademiks to potentially get more looks at the song. It just look away too. You can be a greatness, but it look away a little bit.
And at this point, we spending more time on this song than anybody else did. So we can let's keep it going.
God bless, beloved.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers. You know what I'm saying, to everybody involved. Next up, capping your raps. Is anybody? I know Ev, you said you had one for us. What's up? You had a cap in your raps this week.
So, yeah, my cap in my rap, man. We was just talking about the Clipse song. So first off, let me say this. Shout out to Clipse. Shout out to Clipse, and shout out to Malice. Highlight of the song, Never Leaving Home Without My Peace. I'm a high tie. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. Here we go. Capping your raps. Andre 3000. Yeah, I know, right? Malice is 52 years old. You've been inspired to go and do flutes, guitars, and strings. Just tell us you don't want to rap, gang. The Christian man, he made it work. He ain't cursed. He gave us great quality. Just tell us you don't want to rap no more at all with a full feature project. Just tell us you don't want to rap, man.
He has
Because
also
if he can
been
do
told
it,
us he has no raps.
He did. That's what I'm saying.
But no.
But I hold on real quick, because I do feel what Evan said, because he be talking about like he didn't came out and said, "Oh,
you
bruh,
can say I'm not
be
inspired."
Yeah, like he'll come out and say, "Oh, y'all gonna want to hear me rap about eating salad. Y'all gonna want to hear me rap about taking my kid to the bus stop." It's like, yes, but he keeps framing it like anything I have to rap about, nobody's gonna be interested in, so I'm just not gonna rap. Like, no, bro, just say you don't want to rap. It's fine.
That's what I'm getting to.
I'm with you. When did he say it?
He said that multiple times. He said he don't have
he's
nothing
been in
to rap
interviews
about.
saying he's like, I don't have anything else to say. I'm not
You can
motivated
rap about
to
fluting.
rap.
But
he
then
said,
when
I'm
you have
not
a verse
motivated
like the
to
verse
rap.
on Donda, it's like, bro, I can't say
I
that
can't.
I can't do it.
Stop
Like,
lying to me, bro.
Stop lying to me, bro.
Stop lying to me, bro. You can't give us a verse like you gave us on Donda and then tell us I don't have
Or
nothing to rap
scientists and
about.
engineers. Or scientists and engineers.
But he said he
Facts.
doesn't want to. He
Facts.
said he doesn't want to rap. It was a Rolling Stones interview. That's what it was. In the Rolling Stones interview, he said, "Man, I'm not motivated to do that." He has said that a few times, man. I'm not motivated.
Then stop talking about it. Stop talking about how you're not motivated to rap and just stop rapping.
And that's,
just stop rapping.
You know what it is? I think what y'all are really saying, I'm gonna call Cappy y'all's rap. What y'all really saying is like, man, we want to hear you rap. Don't be mad at him. He say he got nothing to say. But
No,
then he dropped hold on. Then he dropped a crazy verse, and both y'all was like, stop doing that.
No, I'm cool with you not rapping. If you want to pop
man.
out, if you want to pop out every couple years and drop a verse, that's fine. That's what you've been doing, so that's cool. But don't give me an album of flutes, and then every time somebody asks you about like, "Hey, bro, is you gonna rap?" I mean, man, it's just I just don't want to rap. I just, I'm not inspired to rap. It's just I don't have nothing to rap about. You have plenty to rap about. Just say you don't want to rap.
That's my
That's all you
thing.
got to do. Like,
That's my
don't
thing.
tell me I don't have nothing to say. I don't, whatever I do got to say, y'all not going to rock with. You just told us about how you was at the Bible study getting wicked on the Donda album. Come on, fam. You just told us, said that maybe I heard my mother's laugh on a blade of grass that I was, stop playing with me, dog. Just say you don't want to do
I
it.
think
It's cool.
I think he suffered from being too elite.
Facts. Me too. Me
He
too.
suffered
I think
from
he's
being just too
overthinking it
elite.
way too much. Where
He
it's
too
like,
good. Like,
yeah.
But that's my cap, and I know I threw y'all for a loop when I said, but that's
Yeah,
my.
I was trying to see
If the Christian
you.
if the Christian could come in his lane, in his bag, and
Yeah.
kill it,
Yeah.
you can come and rap about, man, I was fluting the other day. I did a piano at the Met Gala.
You gonna lie? You gonna
You
turn
can make
that
it
album
work.
off?
I'm not though.
No,
It
if it's over
depend
a
on how
5 week
he
run,
it
we
depend
not.
on how he get to it.
Come on,
It's
bro.
all about how you dress it up, bro. Like keep it tall. West Side Gun is rapping about the mess hall, you know what I'm saying? The 23-and-1 and the block every single song. But he dressed it up to a point where it's like, I'm rolling every time. Every single time. You got it. It's all about how you dress it up, man.
And he know he can dress it up very well. This
You're
Andre
one of the
3000
best rappers in the world.
You can rap about going on long walks in the park and getting your mind right. You can.
Like, come on, bro.
You're one of the greatest. People are putting you in Mount Rushmores. I'm not, but people are.
That man could give us a day in the life of Andre 3000 every record. Like
he can stunt rap.
But yeah, come on. Ray, do you have a cap in your raps outside of us?
Nah, I don't think I got one this week, man. I don't think I got one.
Right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and run it. Donald Trump again. Commander and Thief.
You got him before I got to him.
Yeah, Commander and Thief, man. Swindler, Bamboozler, Smoking Mirror Man. Yeah,
Liar.
we know liar, capper. Yeah, all of that. You took it upon yourself to pardon Larry Hoover and NBA YoungBoy this week. And that stirred up a whole lot of mess and a whole lot of talk and a whole lot of praise for you, which is unwarranted. Because if you did not know, Donald Trump pardoned Larry Hoover federally. Larry Hoover has 200 years state time to do. He's not going anywhere.
And let me tell y'all this right now,
They
as a person who is in Illinois, Big JB ain't going for that shit. He's staying. JB Prisker's not going. He's staying.
So just to address that, for one, you didn't do nothing at all. I don't even know why that was a thing. And when it comes to NBA YoungBoy was already at home. Served his time, sitting at home. I think he probably on house arrest or something like that. But he's sitting at home. What is this?
That means he has more freedom. That's important.
Was he on parole?
I think so. Yeah. He was either on parole or on like, I think he was on parole. But either which way,
he was at home. He was on parole at home.
On parole at home. Here's my question. Even if, let's say both of these brothers got to walk free, what does this do for anybody?
You know what this does. You know.
Tell me. What does it do?
It's
tangibly.
He still plays the game of getting traction with people. He's good at that. That's what he does.
Yeah, and that's all I'm pointing out. That's all I'm pointing out is that's all this is some bullshit traction. It's not doing anything tangible for anyone. No, I know he knows that. I'm telling everyone else. Everybody that's popping up to be like, hey, you seen that he free? No, he didn't. First of all. Second of all, what did that do for you if he did?
He might have overstepped.
This is the type of work
I think he got too greedy,
bro.
No, yeah, I think he got too greedy though. He got too greedy. What? I think he went too far.
Why you said that?
You had the attention by pardoning YoungBoy and and Larry Hoover, right? You had the attention, people talking about it, whoop-de-whoop. You was partially getting praise from certain people in the demographic you were aiming for. And then you just out of nowhere pulled up with a Diddy jump shot. And then everyone was like, now, see, you got greedy. You got greedy. You had traction, then you pulled up with a MIDI with Diddy, and that's crazy. Crazy. Poor shot selection, buddy. Poor shot selection, dog. That's when who sanctioned that? That's who sanctioned that. You had nobody asked.
Who the fuck
Nobody asked.
Well, no, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe somebody asked him a question because I saw he responded. Nobody's asked me about Diddy yet. So I think somebody asked him what he considered pardoning Diddy. Because I saw his
if somebody did, out of all
it's
the
not
questions
like he
to
brought
ignore,
it up unsolicited.
that was the question.
Somebody did ask him a question.
Yeah.
Ignore that question.
All I'm saying is this: call me when he take Asada Shakur off the FBI most wanted list. That's when y'all can call my, and that's my point. That's my point. So you won't be calling me because he's not.
Rose is right about this is something he expected from the Democrats. I do agree with that.
Yeah, this the type of work I expect from the Dems, bro. I don't expect this from Republicans.
I mean, it's not. I don't even look at Donald Trump as a Republican, though. I look at Donald Trump as Donald Trump. He do what he want to do, and they follow suit. And I expect him to do some wild. He pardoned Wayne, Kodak. And he has some drill rappers at one of the things. Like, this is right up his alley of some bullshit that he'll do.
I still would expect the Dems to do that.
Who?
Because they naturally pander.
What Democrat do you expect to free Larry Hoover?
I don't want to answer that question.
Please. Joe Biden, the reason he got all that damn time in the first place.
Ironically, and it'd be the same thing he come back and try to gain traction for. My bad.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, because he did do the whole, like, we gonna free all of the federal non-violence, all of that shit. Yeah, you're right. That's a fact.
Pardon self and pardon you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Okay. Right. Rose, did you have a cap in your raps this week? Or we Gucci?
No, you kind of got it for me. Donald tweaking. Let me think. Oh man, no, I ain't got one, bro.
I kind of want to hear it now.
Yeah, like I'm kind of like,
you geared it up.
What we?
Hey man, it's subject to more to more development.
Okay, so we gotta wait.
Get some more developments.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be able to really speak freely on that.
Okay, that's
I think I know what he's talking about. Okay.
All right, moving forward, man. We got a case that hits, close to home for the crew. And here, man, in Georgia, this woman, Adrianna Smith, was declared brain dead at about 9 weeks pregnant, and due to Georgia's abortion ban, 6-week abortion ban, she is being forced by the state to keep her to remain alive, basically through life support, to keep the baby developing until 32 weeks until they deliver the child. This is not the wishes of the family. This is just kind of what they have to deal with. We don't know who's responsible for the ultimate cost of birth, of long-term care, and things of that nature. I'll start off first. Oh, also, and the baby so far, as we know, has been diagnosed with hydrocephalus, which is a condition involving like fluid buildup in the brain, and which leads to disability and things of that nature. Also, just for the rate of viability goes up the longer the baby is in gestation. But the rate of like long-term disability and things like that is still quite high of like, the chances. I'll start off. I think this is fucking ridiculous. I'm not gonna pull no punches here. For me, if somebody is brain dead or legally dead, what should happen should go with their family. Those decisions should go with their family unless they have some type of written, situation that they have their wishes written down otherwise. The state being able to come in and say, yeah, we gonna just keep this person alive, and we don't even know who's paying for the shit. Like, y'all can do this. The child could, God forbid, child could pass, and now the family got to hold the financial responsibility of that, or the child does pass on and does have these issues, and now the family still has to hold that responsibility. I'm not. This shit is fucking ridiculous for me, man. I ain't got nothing for it. Ev, what you got, bro?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It's some bullshit because kind of my thoughts is kind of like, okay, if the child does survive in the body up until 32 weeks and everything, where it can survive on its own, what's happening after that child is delivered? What's happening? Like, are you forcing the family to now take care of this child when if they may have had the wish to saying, hey, let's end her life because it's the suffering? Like, are they now responsible for this child completely? And then if they don't, like, when something happens to the child, does it fall on them? Like, it's you playing, like, you forcing the hand of a family that's already suffering a lot right now. And it's something that they don't, of course, I hate to say it, but the mother is brain dead. So it's kind of like, what are we doing? We're bringing a child into a child who's probably going to most likely be disabled, or have some type of disabilities, as we already are being told and can see. Um, what's the end goal here? Just to have a life being born, or to have a thriving citizen? What's the real goal here? Because we can already see the likelihood of a thriving citizen based off just what the child is enduring to get to birth, to get to delivery, isn't the best. So I'm kind of thrown off of what the fuck is happening for the baby in this.
So, Ray, what you got, man?
There's a lot of questions to be had in this situation. I'm not a fan of taking it outside of the family's hands. I think the struggle with it is acknowledging Georgia is a pro-life state, and so the state is in the power to make decisions.
Mhm.
I'm more building off the aspect of having a conversation. This is just me. I don't say I have to follow suit, but the acknowledgement of the fact for the pro-life people. I don't really care what your belief is necessarily, but just be more clean in the aspect of acknowledging you're not really pro-life, you're pro-birth. And there's a separation between that. You want the baby to be born. You really don't do anything in your beliefs, quote unquote, to do anything to support the rest of the life that you speak of.
Facts.
You're not putting time into caring, even if they're within the nucleus family that you swear up and down that you're trying to promote. If they have mom and dad there, you don't care if mom and dad are broke. You don't care if mom and dad are going through it. You don't care about other people within that house. If that baby doesn't have parents and ends up in some type of system, you also don't care about that life. So at least just be honest on the front side, and you just acknowledge you're not really pro-life, you pro-birth. And then we can build the conversation from there, because that might go hand in hand with the conversation of pro-choice, at least some type of compromise of being able to say, if the baby's going to come to term and be born, these are the things that we as a people are going to do to protect those children. That's it. The rest of this situation, man, we can explore the conversation a little bit more, because it is tricky being out in a state like that, and the state being in control. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I want to let Rose go first, but just kind of build on that conversation. Like, how do y'all feel about the state being in control of these types of decisions?
And before you go, Rose, your reaction to the situation itself and his question, because you didn't give your first piece yet.
Ask me that again. I didn't get my first piece to what?
Your reaction to the situation itself, like just the situation itself, and his question to you about how you feel about the state being in control.
Yeah, the situation itself is unfortunately, I want to say it's not surprising. Like, this isn't as crazy as that sounds. This is not one of the more surprising things. I think people for doing as much research as I do and reading and listening to people that most people would call maybe far left, maybe conspiracy-ish. This is something that they've been speaking about for a while. And that this isn't the first time the government has taken control and done something like this before. So this isn't surprising, number one. Number two, and I'm gonna take this kind of in a different direction. This type of shit it really makes me feel like our priorities as a people are just fucked up. Like it's shit like this going on, and the consistent conversations are those that don't fucking matter. When it's like shit like this going on, like it's just way more important things going on in the world. Of the fact that if they're able to do some shit like this, what are they able to do next?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I'm putting it. And we so divided between fucking the gender fucking wars or whatever. This is I don't even think people understand how important this is. Like the precipice of what this fucking is. If the government is able to say, hey, you're not in control of your body, that's our baby. And
Yeah.
Even when you're
get it
dead,
out.
you're not in
Even
control.
when you dead. Even when you
Even when
dead.
you're dead, that's
That's yeah.
ours.
I
And
wonder.
and when it does happen to come out, here's your bill,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're
I
gonna
want to
take
add
care of
on.
it.
I want to add on what to what Ray was saying with the pro life piece, and I'm gonna answer your question. First off, to answer your question, I think it's scary for the state to be in charge of people's bodies. First
1,000%.
off, I think that's terrifying, right? If we, Constitution, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and all of that bullshit that they be lying about. If that's what it's gonna be, if that's what y'all gonna put on the paper, that's what it need to be for each citizen. It's not, oh, you have the right to pursue the life, liberty, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness unless you're pregnant. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And it only affects women, which gets me into the whole patriarchal aspect of that in its root in anyway. So I don't fuck with it. First of all, I don't think that the state should have a right to tell you you need to have this child, especially if they're not gonna be in support of free lunch for that kid once he goes to school, if they're not gonna be in support of better maternity
That's
leave
even if
and
the child is
paternity
actually
leave
gonna be fucking born.
and that part, but let's say it is, but even in the sense of where, like, let's say it's not the situation where somebody is brain dead. Let's say it's a situation where a woman just don't want to have this kid or wasn't looking to have a kid and use protection and all these type of things and got pregnant anyway. It gets to a point where it's like, okay, when does the state get to say, oh yeah, you have to have that kid, but everything that comes with raising that kid, supporting that kid, and all of that, we gonna put our hands up. Don't put your hands in my business in the delivery room. And then when I'm leaving the delivery room, everything that you giving me from a bill after that point and everything forward with school and all that shit, you're gonna be like, well, you gotta figure it out. Fuck out of here. The
But
fuck?
doesn't part of that come with certain times people are putting the state in their business as well? Like, do you have the same stance there,
What do you
right?
mean?
What you mean?
If you are going to use potential state resources in the process of having your child or not, right? Either way,
Slippery slope, my boy.
that's what I'm saying. So how far do you
Slippery
go
slope.
as far as separating that portion of, if you're utilizing the state, then how do you have a complaint on how the state
Yeah,
decides to give you a return on investment?
because if I'm utilizing the state for resources as far as like SNAP and shit like that, that's for you to support your citizens and support them raising children, like Ev said, to become
Hold on. Let me clarify.
what's up?
Pardon, so I'm not talking about those types of state resources. I mean specifically in the childbearing process. If you utilize the state for those resources, anything that has to do with the pregnancy, the checkups, all the way through the birth, if you are utilizing state resources for that,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
Whether it be to decide to go through with the abortion or continue on with the child, at do you have to open up the understanding of the state possibly having a hand in that.
It still doesn't give them eminent domain over your body.
Right. Like you still have a
I didn't
choice in
say
like,
eminent domain. I'm just
but
asking, like, where's the range?
that's why I say the line. Like if the state is gonna say like we're gonna offer these services to y'all in these situations, that didn't, as far as I know, that didn't come in the fine print to say, but if you partake in them, we get to tell you you have to have this baby. Like even in you partaking in these things, it's up to you whether you go through with this or not. And the choice that people use to make it usually just depend on how much money they got. If you got enough bread, you're not.
So what's the
all
line?
of
So
this
what's the line for y'all?
is the dad there in this case? Like, do we know if
I don't know. They only speak about the family. We don't know exactly like
it's
who
just
is doing what.
it's so it's just real slippery, bro. When once you start allowing the state to do shit like this, there is almost no stopping anything else. Like, and that's the
So my
only
question
thing.
is, what's the
That's
line?
my point.
My line was Roe v. Wade. That was my line.
No,
Yeah, I'm asking
that made
what
sense.
So in a sense of if you had to compromise, what's the line for y'all? What is acceptable to utilizing? And then here's the line of the understanding you don't go past this. What is the line for y'all?
But you keep saying utilizing, like, bro, that doesn't give them eminent domain over your body.
I'm not saying
bro.
eminent domain. I understand that. I get the part of not going well beyond the limit, but there is, if there's a limit that existed, what would it be to where you say, okay, I understand they are getting this back?
You have, for me, back to Roe v. Wade, you have, I think it was like up like into the second trimester somewhere in there. And it's like if you haven't gone through with an abortion by this point.
And even with what you saying, Ray, even with what you saying, Ray, let's just say
anything. I'm asking a
let's
question.
Just say that let's just say that that's accurate. If people knew that this is a clause inside of the motherfucker, they wouldn't fuck with it.
Yeah.
That's
they would fuck
that's
with
a
it,
choice
bro.
at that point, for sure. I track that. If
It's
they
the
knew about
choice.
it, I get that.
But yeah, I think
in the essence of making the choice, I'm understanding what you're saying. That's why I asked the question. I haven't said anything. I'm asking the question.
Bro,
I'm just furthering the conversation.
You can't use a body like a motherfucking iPhone fine print, bro. Like you can't do that.
Yeah, that's what I would say. My line is on the.
I'm not saying that
fire.
you're saying that either, by the way. I'm just saying that this case is. I don't think people are looking at it for really what it is. Like, yeah, this is a very ridiculous and extreme case, but this is actually gonna have precedent for something that is way crazier down the line that people are not looking at. And so, we probably should kind of wake up and pay a little more attention to what the fuck going on. Like, let's study what they're even using to even. Like, how are y'all able to do this? Like,
they went on a 40-year plan. That's the piece where folks don't understand. It's like they've been putting in play to repeal back these reproductive rights for 40 years.
For sure.
And when Trump got in there, it was free for all to be like, all right, bet, run it. And then they ran it and they repealed Roe v. Wade. And now he back in there and they can run some more. So it's like this. To what Ray is saying, I think that line was already set in the sense up to this point, you can use us for what you got going on. If you want to get the abortion, if you want to do, then cool. But after this time, whatever, I forget what weeks it was, but after this time, you got to have that kid. And that's just what that is.
Which is
I was fine with that.
So building off of this situation, because I do not think, unfortunately, that this will be the last time a particular case like this is going to happen.
Unfortunately.
And so with that being said, because we do know, if I remember correctly, she was put in a situation because it was a car accident, right?
I don't remember. Nah, that I don't know.
I thought it was a car accident, and that's where I believe. I could be wrong. But when I think of that and how often car accidents occur, stuff like that, man, I kind of want to build off of what we're working with in the scenario, because I do understand what you're saying, Nick, and we all are on the same page. I want to reiterate, I believe the family should have the decision. This is me.
100%.
In that scenario, when I was asking y'all that question, building off of this one, the way that I would kind of break it down is, hey, if you as a state are going to say you have control over the body and the domain. What you're also telling me is if the family decides they don't want to participate once this baby is born, you as a state should have the responsibility of making sure that that child is taken care of.
Yep.
That doesn't mean just toss the
100%.
child into the foster system. So when I was asking all that question, it's like, what is that
Oh,
next
okay.
line?
I see what you're
So
saying.
building off of, so to build off
Yeah.
of, say, for example, you were bringing up Roe v. Wade, right? If the
Mhm.
state, then you had the choice in that manner, still to an
Mhm.
extent. After
Mhm.
that weekly time frame, the state is saying you have to have that baby. So because you passed on your choice, you now have a responsibility.
Right.
So now
Right.
that if you've taken that choice away,
Mhm.
then you have
Yeah,
assumed so
I
what
would
I'm
say
what I'm
exactly what
saying
you
on this
said.
side, yeah. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying on this side is like, okay, cool. I also want to explore the opposite of this conversation. Say if this was a blue state, right? More liberal in their beliefs. And the responsibility is
This
in the
also should
family's
not be
hand.
a fucking state issue.
It
It
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
It
It
really
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
So I'm
It
saying
really
now it's a
shouldn't.
family, say it's a family decision,
Yeah.
right?
Well, this should be
In
something
that's
that's federal, and this should be a very fucking
what's federal and state.
one
That's I
one
think it'd be worse
line.
on the
It,
federal
it should
level.
be one fucking line, bro. It shouldn't be
I'm in agreement with that. Like I
because
think Roe v. Wade should be
because
a
of the state
federal
that you
thing.
live in that this is a different rule than if you go to
Yeah.
fucking Florida or you go to fucking Alabama. No, this should be a federal issue of fucking this is one thing, one line,
That's a
one
slippery
thing
slope.
that we all
I
fucking
don't
do.
think so.
Like this
Because
is
in a sense, like let's follow the Roe v. Wade example, right? If that's a federal situation, everybody in the country has that same line. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows what the deal is. Everybody knows what the consequences are. And it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you get into these situations where this state got a 6-week rule, this state got a 10-week rule, this state don't let it happen at all. But if you leave the state to go get it done, now you might be in trouble too. It's like it's too much bullshit going on. And all of that takes away from the choice of the families. Like, nah, let's get it. This is the rule. This is what we doing. This is how it go. Everybody fall in line, and we
one
just
band,
move like
one
that. I'm in
sound,
a,
boy.
But part
I'm in
part of the
100%
issue why
agreement with
that was a slippery slope is because, okay, if we do it here for, say, for example, Roe v. Wade, how many other things do you start running down that path of where the federal government has complete control of it? And that partially, as well, in the 40 years of work of them trying to overturn it, that partially was a
Mhm.
discussion point.
Mhm.
Because if they can rule this and they can make the standard for this, then where do you stop that line? Which is why it was easier, right, by their
Mhm.
standards to give it
Yeah.
back to the state to make that decision, since
Yeah.
people live in different worlds and different dynamics. So
I-
that
I- I-
too is a slippery slope.
But I think that just
It
comes
is
back to America being set up the way it's set up. Like this shit is set up like every single state is its own company type shit. So they all
Yeah.
get to do
Yeah,
what they
but
want to do in a
And
sense.
that's
So
what I was gonna say. The slippery slope part you talking about, cool. Let's just say it is a slippery slope. The only problem is with the state thing is that it will move up and down like a fucking stock. These are people's
facts.
lives. Like this is
Yeah.
bodies. Like it just shouldn't move like that. The only reason I feel like it should be federal is just it should just be one thing. Now, cool. You
And-
saying it's a slippery slope of all right, now this could go into this could go into that. All right, fucking one thing at a time. Let's
Yeah.
figure this
Yeah.
out and let's
Right.
go to the fucking next thing. But when you
and
dealing
I'm in
with state
agreement with
shit,
that.
bro, that's gonna go with the people that's in office, who the fuck is lobbying. This shit's gonna move up and down, and this is not one of those things that should be moving up and down, bro. This is not that.
And I agree
History
with that.
lives in
And
stake for it.
yeah, and so I agree with that. We should build off of this specific case, right? Because a lot of what we're saying is general. That is the general belief, either side of the coin that you on. So let's kind of explore it going forward with this scenario, playing it out. What are the best case circumstances? What does it possibly look like? Just building off of this specific scenario on it,
You
because
said-
we know the birth is going to happen, or there's not the birth is going to happen, because there's a higher percentage that the baby doesn't reach term based on the
At 30
scenario that isn't.
It depends. At 32 weeks, there's a high chance of viability. There's not necessarily a high chance of like not disability or deformity or anything like that, but there's a higher chance. Like that's like I think it's like 97% at that point. Once they, when they take it that long, it's like the longer they keep the baby in gestation, the better the chance is of it being born. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be born. And for lack of a better term, quote
Yeah,
unquote,
and
normally
cool, mind
healthy.
you, we still only talking about the baby. We letting a woman that is
A woman that is
dead,
dead. Yeah, this
That
is
part
sick.
too.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
sick
saying.
part.
that is
Let's
that
stick
is
to the
That's the
basically
sick part to me.
stuck
let's
on
stick to the
Earth
scenario and build off of that.
because
Like,
I
they
was
won't let
let's
her go.
discuss that.
Yeah, I would say again, like as we said when we started this off, the best case scenario for this type of situation is for that decision to be in the hands of either that woman before she died and wrote something down about how she would want something to go in this type of situation, or what her family would like to do in that situation. She's not here to speak for herself. And as far as we know, for a fucking fact, the state is not super concerned with what she has going on anyway, up until the point when she does get pregnant. Until she does get pregnant. So with that being the case, it's like we're not finna play this game of like, oh, I get autonomy over myself all up in my whole life. And then once I get pregnant, I got to turn it over to state until the baby gets born. Then I get it back and I got to take full responsibility, all of that. No, best case scenario, this is in the hands of the family. If the family wants to go through with it, they take on the responsibility, the financials, all of that type of shit. If the state is gonna have the authority to force the family's hand in that situation, y'all are responsible for that child. Anything that family need, assistance wise, safety net wise, anything like that, y'all should be fronting that bill because y'all made them do that.
Yeah.
And that's some bullshit. Yeah, that's where I sit
I
with
think
it.
on the other side, because while that sounds hopeful on what it should be, I believe what ends up happening, I could be wrong. And that's why I'm saying explore this scenario, because what's going to happen from here is going to be the conversation of what Rose was saying, where is the father? So we don't know if the father's there or if he isn't, right? Not
Mhm.
sure the situation. By definition, the baby hasn't come to full term, so we can't even discern between whether he was absentee or present because we don't know their relationship status. But once if the baby is able to make it to full term, come out and live its life, the state more than likely gonna put father on child support because they control it. Wherever that kid goes or whatever the case may be with the father or with the mother side of the family, that too is also a discussion. Like we're gonna get an example, unfortunately, because it's gone too far, of things that are gonna be conversation points by the next time a legislative session comes in or a bill is getting ready to pass. So I want us and people to also think about that. It don't matter what side of the fence that you stand on. These are going to be the conversations. Now, whose responsibility is it going to be? Say if you are all about pro-life and that factors into your taxes, that factors into what programs are going to be out there, that's going to factor into somebody's livelihood even before you get into the taxes pieces of it, because whoever is responsible for that baby now has an additional situation going on. And we aren't at the part of we work as a village or a community at all. So it's very serious to try to think of what you need to do for these kids if you're going to create this situation as a state. And if you're somebody that supports the state doing that, those are the questions that I want answers to personally. That's why I'm saying it. I want to reiterate there's a difference between people saying they pro-life and pro-birth. You haven't given me anything to support the pro-life side. That's where I'm at on it.
No,
What you think?
I'm 100% with you. What's up, Ed?
Oh no, I agree with y'all. Like y'all kind of said everything that I would say wrapped up in a nice bow. Like really, like it's terrible. Like if you're not gonna provide for the life, what are we really doing here? Leave it in the hands of the family. Even if they would have took those steps or not, give them that choice, give them that opportunity.
Yeah, like how you pro-life, you don't know where one orphanage is in your city. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where the homeless shelter's at. You don't know where to go hand out food.
You're not even assisting the less fortunate children yourself.
You don't know nothing about none of this, but you pro-life, man. Yeah, we know what you are. We know what you are. We're gonna keep it moving, man.
Prayers to the family.
Yes, for sure. Yes, let me not.
Absolutely.
Yes, prayers to this family, prayers to that child, prayers to everybody involved, except for the state, unless y'all gonna do the right thing. But yeah, that's for sure. Moving on, man. So, have y'all seen this Deante Kyle clip that got the internet on fire?
Yeah,
Y'all seen it?
I've seen it.
You seen it, Rose? You seen it? All right, Ray, you seen this jump?
Seen it. Yep.
Seen it. All right, I'm gonna play it real quick just for the you know what I'm saying, so everybody knows what's going on. Just give me one moment here. Let's get into it.
You may not harass women. You may know how to take rejection. The majority of men that most women deal with do not. And you are accountable for that as well. Because I don't got time to figure out which white people are nice, which white people aren't racist, or da-da-da-da-da. I have to go on the actions of the group. Right. The group as a whole and the history of that group as a whole tells me that they are a danger to me and they are not to be trusted. Right. And if you can understand that as a black man and your stand towards white people, then you should absolutely be able to understand women's stance towards you. It's not a war on you waged by women. Actually, the war get a little thicker when we start talking about it from the perspective of a woman and the greater society of racism and white supremacy being waged against black people, and then the patriarchal society being waged against women. So they have to deal with two elements. One of those elements we don't have to think about. And honestly, we're perpetuated. Mm. And it's perpetuated against us young to look at women as objects, right? You know, to look at women only through the lens of a sexual desire and not as the human being that they are.
So that's the gist of what he said. And this sent the internet into an uproar of calling this man a panderer, a simp, a grifter, and just overall basically saying like he's being disingenuous in this point, and that in the bigger point of a lot of men saying I'm not accountable for the actions of other men. I want to get y'all's reaction to this. Let's go with Ray.
Let's start with you. Let's start with you.
Let's start with me. I agree with what he said. I agree with what he said. As a man, being a part of a group of broader men, if I'm dealing in society, the way that most men act is going to be reflected on me until I have my own chance to dispel that rumor or whatever the fuck it is. But up until that point, when somebody's dealing with me, they don't have time, like he said, to determine or decipher between like, okay, are you the type of dude that's a predator? Are you the type of dude that's cool, et cetera, et cetera. So with that being said, if I'm outside and there's other men that's on bullshit outside, I need to be able to say, yo, you might need to chill out. Hey, you need to cool the fuck out or whatever it is, because that's reflecting on me at a certain point. And his example with the police and example with white folks, yeah, checked out for me.
All right, hold on. Because see, that's where I got pushed back on. Like, I agree with a lot that he said, all of it really. But I think the definition that we getting lost with holding men accountable or holding other men accountable is kind of weird, because I at least have a different interpretation of holding men accountable. Holding men accountable, one, I can't hold a random man that I don't know accountable. I can't. I don't know him. I don't know what he did to hold him accountable for something. What I can hold, it looks like it should be a proximity based. I can hold my peers accountable. I can hold Ray accountable. I can hold Rose accountable. I can hold Nick accountable. And guess what? Y'all can hold me accountable too. And y'all can hold y'all peers, y'all other peers accountable. And I hold my other peers accountable. And in doing that, the idea is if you do that enough, every man is held accountable. But I don't know how the hell we can hold the random guy accountable for something when we don't know it. That's just, like I said, I agree with everything he said. It's just that definition is lost. Like everything he said, I can hold my peer group to that. And then the expectation should be the peer group is also holding their peer groups. Each one teach one, each one keeps going. The same way with the proximity base with the elders. The elders were able to hold his friends' kids accountable. Why? Because he knew them. That's where it get like, and I know it's a lot of things to break down in that video, but that was the first thing I wanted to chop was that. Like that the definition I think is a little like, because I agree with what you said, Nick, but I think it's more. It has to be peer before you look at everything, because we talking about dating here. We're talking about dating. If you want to pursue somebody, you have to. You should be going into this with they're not the worst thing ever. They like to pursue. If you're in the pursuing stage, are you thinking automatically the worst things ever? Because there got to be something for you to want to pursue on both sides, man, woman, anybody. When of holding accountability, are you subjecting every person that you want to pursue to the worst things that you have in a generality?
I think you gotta. Go ahead, Ray. I don't want to take over the conversation before everybody get that piece.
Go ahead. respond to what he just said.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it has to be in consideration, right? So it's like, wow, you might not be thinking like every dude that I'm trying to date is gonna assault me or something like that. You have an understanding of assault and relationships and social situations and all of that. So it has to be in consideration, and within the consideration, like, yeah, you do the discernment to be like, okay, I'm gonna try to get with the person that's probably that I would think is least likely to do XYZ, but it's still not ever moved out of the way type shit. And within that, you know, in a relationship, assault, shit like that, you have a lot of niggas not being held accountable to, you know what I'm saying? And then you get back to me, you get to circle back to the beginning of the conversation where it's like, I agree with you on a peer group aspect of like, do I think every man should be running outside like, yo, bro, you need to stop doing da da da? Look, fam, niggas be having guns, all types of shit. I ain't gonna send nobody on a crash out mission type shit. If you're able to, I would say you should, and you should try to embody that wherever you go. But yeah, I agree with you on a peer group aspect. That's the way it starts. You start with the inner community and then it branches out. As we've said in here before, like, it's not just go grab the random dude. It's you grab the homie, he grabbed the homie, he grabbed the homie, and over time that becomes an understanding socially of like, you're not on that. Moving these folks out the way, beating their motherfucking ass, excommunicating their ass from, you know what I'm saying, the homies if they on some bullshit. Like, all of that is in play for me. But that's a part of the accountability. It's not just this like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's their business. Because it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Ray Rose, Double R Boys.
Rose.
I'm gonna let you speak, Ray. I really don't have a lot to say about this. I think his main point was just about understanding, which, you know, we should all be able to identify with, at least being understanding of what somebody else is going through, you know, in the grand scheme of shit, which I can be. I really, really, really hate speaking ambiguously and speaking about a whole and not specific, and not speaking about, you know, like y'all talking about, like, we should be able to hold each other accountable, and then you hold me, I hold him, and then, you know, that moves on and it moves on and it moves on. A lot of this shit has to do with character flaws, and this is, you know, people growing up the way that they grow up inherently, and this is who people are. I don't, like I said, I don't really have too much to say without trying to be negative. I think the main point is understanding, though, which I can identify with, and yeah, I'll let you
I
go.
mean,
Right?
you could keep it clean on what, because
No, I mean,
no, what I'm saying is, like, we deal with facts, or not facts necessarily. We do deal with facts. We are trying to push that conversation. If somebody feels like it comes off as
yeah,
negative,
bro.
let them deal with it. I'd
Speak
rather
in
hear what you have to
ambiguity, bro,
say.
you open up a door. You open up a door for so much shit,
Right.
bro. Like, when you're not speaking in terms of being direct to a specific person or specific group that you speaking to. You speaking to all black men. That's a no. Just the way that you
And that's
wouldn't want you. That's a no. I'm gonna just say that out the gate.
that's where I'm at on it, man. They're with
We
what he
don't do
said.
that. So, like,
With what he said, he did have a wide range of ambiguity in it, and that's why it came off as a pander, right? Because
yeah,
when you
yeah.
there's a
That's pandering to
separation.
me.
That's because I agree with understanding the point that he was making, because that was your overall goal, where it looked like a pander, if that's what the feedback to it is, because Nick had to send it to me. I don't think I even looked at the comments or nothing like that, or what the feedback was on Twitter. So it looks like a pander because you did this overall looping thing, and there is a clear line between trying to get to an extreme case scenario and then also being understanding that a one size fits all blanket doesn't add value to the conversation either. We are trying to get to the point where we have at least a mass majority in these conversations, and that's with the understanding that there's some outliers. That's with the understanding that some people just might have agreements within their own household on how to go about things. But when you go out into the commonwealth, this should be at least an understanding that majority of us agree on. That's why it looks like
Do
a
y'all
pander.
think
It's vague.
Let me real quick. I would say, I mean, I feel like y'all kind of splitting the hair to me. Like if I'm talking to the masses of black people, if I'm talking to quote all black men, then that would be pushing for the general understanding for most of us. Like I don't feel like it's necessary. Like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X wasn't out there like, yeah, most black people should do this. They was like, we need to do this. And if like with the understanding that everybody is, you know, everybody gonna fall where they fall within the process, but the message is for all of y'all. I don't.
Yeah, and hold on, that's where I was about to ask, where exactly is the pander? Because this is for me, like listening to it, like I said, I agree with most of the stuff he was saying. My only pushback was it's a peer group thing. I look at it, if you know you're not one of those people that he is talking about of that majority, why do you care so much? I ain't talking about y'all, but it's like you said, you ain't seen comments. Like a lot of people have been on Buddy ass about this. Like, oh, like he's pandering, he's grifting towards the women, he's da 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 da. When about holding men accountable with all this. If you and a lot of these people, not you, and I'm just bringing this out of this though, because this is kind of with the conversation of the splitting of the hairs, because the splitting of the hair are most of the people going at him, and they're using that same kind of rhetoric there a little bit. But what I'm saying is that if you don't relate to it, why? And if you aren't one of those men, what's the uproar about it? Because what's the pandering? He told the truth.
Yeah, that's where I'm confused.
I struggle with answering that question because I'm of the belief that if you're commenting under there, then he's talking to you. So if it didn't bother you, you wouldn't be commenting. If you didn't think you were one of those men, you wouldn't have been in that situation to be commenting like that. So I can't answer the question that you're asking. Okay. If you are commenting saying you're trying to expand the conversation to build on it, that's different. But saying I can't answer that question. I might pass that to one of y'all.
But you said it kind of come across as a pander, so I'm at like, how did you?
I said I could see where I could see where it could come across as that, because you're speaking in this one size fits all blanket, and that's where we don't have that conversation. The one size fits all blanket is one of those where instead of building on it and having the understanding of this is where we might start to delineate as a people, just because there's simplicity of men may not always understand women and vice versa. So here are the things that we agree on to separate, as opposed to just saying yes to everything. That's what it looks like a pander as. We should be doing this, and then here are all the bullet point checklists because this is what they told us to do, and that's fine. Some people can do that, some people cannot, because but when you do a one size fits all blanket, you put the cloth and say all of us should be doing XYZ, then you take away the actual building of let's talk about what we have the understanding of.
I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't
That's
agree
cool.
with that. Yeah, I think if I'm giving a general, it's not taking away from the specific. I'll give the general, and then we build from this, like we get to the specifics from there. Like you build back. Like here's what we should shoot for. And then when niggas get to asking questions like, well, how the fuck do we do that? That's when you start getting specific, but you always build it back up to the main message.
Here's what we should shoot for, and here's what we should do. That's where the separation is, because the way, at least from my understanding, mind you, I'm only asking the question because you presented it as we're discussing it because people are saying he's pandering. I don't know if we're necessarily focusing on what he said or more so the reaction to it.
And we could do both, honestly.
Yeah.
Both,
so
honestly.
I'm answering because I'm under the impression we're talking about the reaction to it and not so much what he said. All I was opening up that door is like I could see where somebody would say that. That doesn't necessarily mean I agree. But if you're saying this is what we should shoot for sure. If you're telling a group this is what we should do, you're not shooting for it. You're saying this is the expectation. That's where it looks like a pander, because the women on the other side may not all be in belief of the same thing that he just said. If they don't all agree with that mentality that he put out, then you can't then turn around and tell all men that this is what should be done. That's where the conversation exists.
The mentality he put out of talking about protecting women and making sure that they're safe.
Not every woman feels the same way. And I'm not even splitting hairs in the aspect of some women think this. I'm talking about I don't believe we on either side. This goes for men too. It's not like we are opening the door for the full-on conversation to say, hey, this is how we're looking for this to be treated, and we all kind of agree on that. Then we present it to women and vice versa. This is what the women are looking for. This is what you present to women, or this is what you present to the men. Pardon yourself. So him and his beliefs, I do understand what he's saying. I'm only speaking about the reaction piece to that side. What he's saying, I do agree with. What he's saying in his clip, as far as we should be able to understand women, for sure.
I don't even think that's all he's saying in
down.
the clip is understand women.
No,
I think he's
understand
and I think
where they may be coming from and the things that they're going through. I'm trying to summarize the clip overall. Like, yes, there is a huge struggle, and if we can understand what it's like to be a black man and experience racism, police brutality, and things of that nature, you should be able to understand the things that the women are bringing to the table, more or less, things like that.
for the most part.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree with that. And you should be able to sit down and listen whenever the women are telling you what it is that you're going or they're going through, and build on that conversation. I should at minimum, as a man, be able to sit and listen before I speak and judge. I agree with that sentiment.
Okay.
Listen, and then let's do some actions after you and I spoke about what's going on, and you are, as a woman, are telling me these things, and then now that I've heard and listened to your story, and I'm trying to understand where you're coming from, then you start to apply action. Unfortunately, men already have a dismissal activity sometimes. Unfortunately, some men also have a lack of understanding because they feel that they just know better. And I'm an understanding of that's what the perception is when women are coming to men.
Okay, for sure. Rose, I see you making faces, man. What you got? Are you chilling? Okay. All right. What do we think the reason, outside of, like, I see what you're saying is saying like it could have come across as a pander. I guess I want to ask, I see a pattern of when folks speak, what's the word? And when folks speak in support of or in preference of Black women, is usually written off as a pander or simping or some type of like, you just looking for attention type shit, get the fuck out of here. Whether that be highlighting plight, whether that be, highlighting the differences between them and us and where they may excel and where we may not. For whatever reason, anytime that comes across is seen as a pander or some type of disingenuous engagement. Do y'all have any thought as to why that may be? Because I don't see it anywhere else. Like, niggas talk to men all day and nobody calls niggas a man panderer, unless it's like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't necessarily see it as different than what you're saying. I do want to add, part of an aesthetic to me, this is me speaking for me, part time where I see it can come off as a pander is because when you're speaking by yourself, nobody is there to conversate with, so you don't dive further into a general point that you might be making. So anytime where it looks like somebody's pandering, they tend to just, in my eyes, when I start to think this could be a pander, is because it's usually just them and there's nobody there where you're conversating. So
It's a challenge.
looks like this one point is abstract, right? Okay. To the Black women piece of it, bro, that's there's, from my timelines, when I see that and I do get into the comments, it looks like something that has been passed down in some form of defense at certain moments, because while it may not be you, there's a potential that someone that you're associating with is the person that's being talked to, and you haven't come to terms with being able or trying to figure out how to broach that conversation with them. That's what I see sometimes.
It'd be a lot of unchecked talk.
What you mean?
What you mean?
That
It'd be a
What do you mean?
lot of unchecked talk. It'd be a lot of niggas rambling and saying what they feel with nobody pushing back. And I'm not gonna say that that's what that person does specifically.
Even though they do to
But
a
pushing-
degree. We can keep it clean. He does that. He does do that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not of the I mean, y'all know. He said some shit a couple months ago. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? So and that's not to say, nobody's without flaw, but I just wonder I guess, like, I mean, I'll come clean. I think a lot of motherfuckers hate black women, just to keep it a bean.
What'd you say?
I think a lot of people hate black women, society-wise. Like, they're trained and understood to have disdain for black women. So anything that comes with a highlight for them is seen as some type of attack from whoever's not them type shit. Like, it's the same way to me. It's the same as, like, to get back to his intersectionality point. Like, if black men start to gain access or gain success in a certain sense, certain folks would be like, oh, I'm losing the country, right? Because there's an understanding of, like, power for them and power for us. It's like, they're here, we're here, in a social class type of situation. If they're here and we're here, women are beneath both. So it's like, if they get the bump up, now they got to deal with the bullshit of us being like, well, you trying to take my spot, and then the white man being like, well, you trying to take my spot. So it's a double. Like,
do you believe that just because I don't agree with your point that means that I hate you?
No, I don't think it's that. I'm saying I don't think because if you disagree with me,
that's a
you
common
hate
thing.
me. No, I don't think
that is a
I'm
very common thing.
Yeah, I understand that. I think when you investigate the reasons for disagreement, you come to find it's usually not based, for the most part, it's usually not based in any factual data and any type of anything that's not a personal experience that was more than likely bad. And now you hold the group accountable for all of that. So when somebody gets to saying something like this, hey, you need to protect these folks, it's spread them bitches be woo.
But the investigation piece that you speak of doesn't happen because there's a lack of investigation as to why the person doesn't agree. Oftentimes when we have a conversation, what Rose is saying, and I'm not too far in disagreement with it in certain scenarios, is just because they didn't agree 100% with what you said, now they're anti everything you said.
Yeah, I don't live my life like that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't live my life like
you
that
don't live your life like that.
That's what you run into a lot, especially today. You run into that a lot. Is just because if you feel like your point is very strong of whatever the fuck you feel. I'm not gonna say whatever specific point it is, but just because you feel like your point is super strong and you're super passionate about it, and if I have pushback on that point because I don't super agree with it, you feel like I hate you.
or just
and you feel like I'm not and you feel like I'm not protecting you, and you feel like I'm number one. A lot of these conversations need to happen inside of the community.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is they're happening amongst everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Agreed.
Number one. So
Agreed.
now I can see why you may feel like I hate you, because I'm kind of pushing back in front of company, like
the world.
People that you may feel like have an agenda against you. But that doesn't mean that I hate you. I just don't agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying.
And
now maybe
yeah.
we need to have that conversation together, but at the same time, I don't inherently think that, like what you said, I don't think people hate black women inherently. Like I don't think that's a real thing. Like that now, that's me. Everybody can have their own opinion on that. Like I don't think that inherently. Now, I do think that there are certain things that people don't like about all communities of women. But I don't think people are going out their way just to specifically be like, man, I hate fucking black women, bro. I don't personally think.
I 100% think that's the case.
I think
the country is rooted in a lot of anti-blackness and rooted in a lot of anti-woman, action. And
I think it's more rooted in anti-woman, period.
Would you say it's not rooted in anti-blackness? Like, I ain't saying specifically for women. I'm saying for men and the women. We were slaves, brother.
I think black women is a subsection of what they hate in general.
But that's the point. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's the overall. Exactly. It's like there's the overall of like we hate black people.
Is a very strong word, bro. Like, by the way, hate is a very strong word.
Yeah, from a systemic act, like, okay, do I have to feel like every single person has a specific disdain for black people to say that they hate black people? No, I'm saying most people have an insensitivity to black people specifically, black women
1000%.
specifically. And,
Yeah,
but that's my point.
I mean, to
Yeah,
black
that's
people
all I'm
in
saying.
general, and then the subsection
Right.
of that would be
Is
black.
black, and that's the intersectionality that we talk about, because now you have to get into the fact of where black men also feed into that in trying to
I feel like that's internet shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I feel like that's internet shit.
I can't say that's internet shit because we see it all the time, bro.
Because I don't be around, and I guess maybe that's me. I don't be around people like that, so I don't know.
And that's,
like, I don't,
but see,
Yeah,
Rose,
it's
now,
like you look at it real quick.
Okay.
Like I get what you're saying in the sense of like it's internet shit. Like I would give you like a Fresh and Fit as an example, right? But within that, you have a whole community of actual people that's really in the community that agree with that type of shit and push that type of shit and have been pushing that type of shit since way before them niggas came onto the scene. So it's like I can't say that it's not a real thing. Like you've always had these types of people, and you've had shit, like y'all talked about RG3 the other day. That's a part of that to me too. Like where it's like you have a specific disdain, or I'm gonna put these folks down, or I have a certain I don't rock with this, but you don't have it for nobody else. What is that rooted in, and where does that come from?
Now, the only thing I'm gonna say to you, Nick, I don't think it's not towards everybody. It is towards everybody. It's just it's
It's towards black folks. It's not towards
scaled the worst. But that's why I think about it. They hate Indian, like when we start getting to other races too, they do. When we get into that, it's hate towards those as well. But it's
okay. Well, yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's
yeah,
why I'm saying they hate if you're gonna use that word, then that's why I say if you're gonna use the word hate, they hate everybody. But it's just when you boil it down, they hate black people the most, and then under that, because they hate women, they hate women, then they hate black people. Well, they hate women and they hate black people, so they intersect. Well, they hate women.
This is just a question to push the conversation forward. Not that I'm whatever. Do you feel like us as a people, black people specifically, have we become hypersensitive to almost everything, to where we feel like everything is an issue and people just hate us? Like, do you feel like we've become hypersensitive to certain shit?
I could see how somebody could say that. I would say no, only because when I think it's like specific cases where you could be like, yo, he might be reaching type shit. But I think in the general sense of like feeling like the major part of society, the state at most senses, has something against you, I think you're not overreacting to feel like that, because in every turn you can go find the data to prove it. So it's like if I can go look and see, like, if I wake up every day like, yo, I'm black in America, and that means I have to move a certain type of way, I'm not overreacting by saying that. And when I see some shit that's like, that's the type of shit I'm talking about, that's the type of shit I'm talking about, when I point it out, I think a lot of people take that stance of being like, oh, you just overreacting because it can't be everything. But no, bro, like this
I
country
think overreacting is different to hypersensitivity.
Or hypersen, you can say hypersen, but I think again it come with consciousness, for me at least. Because it's like if you not paying attention, you won't see a lot of shit. But if you are, then you see it. And it depends on how often you say something to where somebody will be like, because I think to the point that you're saying, like with the push of the social justice warrior and all of that type of stuff, it came to a point where it seemed like you couldn't say nothing, or folks couldn't go 2 seconds without something being some type of human rights violation, right? But I think that was kind of, what's the word, co-opted on black people, right? Because we have a real like view of what's going on most of the time, and when we're pointing out this type of shit, it's real. A lot of these folks, as we see throughout history, hop onto our shit and then be like, oh, I got the same thing going on with me too, and then they fuck up the message. But in real life, the police is an issue for me. The state and benefits is an issue for me. Trying to get a job is an issue for me. And all of this shit is systemically built in for it to work that way. So if I'm pointing this out at every point, I'm not being hypersensitive. I'm telling you what the fuck I'm experiencing in a general sense. I'm not saying for me specifically, in the general sense. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, from your perspective, yeah.
All right, can I respond to your question with a question?
Yeah.
Are you asking that in the essence of the hypersensitivity piece being in the space of if you don't agree with everything, then there's a problem? Because I think that goes hand in hand to your question. We might utilize the overall grand scheme to justify each scenario. Is that why you're asking that? Instead of speaking about the scenario itself
you
and
getting
understanding the context there.
Wait.
you
I
kind of
got
get
told
there.
you can't do that. I got told you can't do that a couple weeks ago. I told
I
you
don't
can't
know
talk
who.
about I got told you can't talk about the specifics and the generality.
Say the name.
I can't remember. No, I can't remember the name. I just know I got told that. So wait, no.
Say
Wait a
then
minute.
then
I
say the
can't
name. Who
remember.
told
No,
you that and address
I
it?
feel like it was you or Nick, but I don't remember who. That's why I say, wait a minute. I just got
Don't
told you
feel
can't
fact
do
check.
that.
Was
I
it me
can't
or
go
was it
back and
you,
watch.
Nick?
I can't go back and watch the episode.
I could imagine me saying you
But I
can't
just let
separate
me
the
say, wait a
general from
minute.
the specific. That tracks in how I view a lot of stuff we talk about. I approach it from the
Okay.
systemic piece to where when you go to individualize it, that doesn't make sense to me.
Clean it up, Ev. Get there.
Wait, what
Like
you mean?
it,
I just said.
if
I
you're saying
thought
you
you
can't do
said
that,
that. I thought you said no. You continue your point. I thought you were the one that said that. I just said I didn't know who. That's why I was like, wait. I got told you couldn't. So what you mean?
I wasn't making. No, I wasn't even making
You
a
were
point. I
going
was
to trigger
asking
a
the
point.
question is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
What
I
was the
wasn't.
question? I'm sorry.
I was asking Rose. Is that why he's asking the question?
Yeah, you kind of
Oh.
you getting around it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're
No,
around the
I'm
area.
not trying to get around anything. Yeah.
No,
I'm just trying
I'm
to
saying you're
follow how
around
you
the
Like
got.
area.
you getting to his point. Like that's
You're around the
Tracking.
area.
Tracking. Okay. No, because if I was to have a point to that myself, I think it's more on the side of something that Nick had said a few minutes ago. Is like yes, this, and then the subsect. That's what it was. The within piece often is what gets lost in translation, because even if we talk about something where the generalities can come across in any variance, the generalities could be coming across as 100% understood, you accept it, all the way down to coming across as pandering or misunderstanding. Is if we can't talk within the intersectionality, if we can't talk within the sub piece as opposed to agreeing with the 100% of the umbrella, it starts to lose value in conversations. If I'm understanding what Rose is potentially asking, because all right, same thing. That's why I was saying, even when we were talking about the young lady out in Georgia, is like let's talk about this, because if we keep going to the generals, then you will always have this one stance on it, and the hypersensitivity piece of it might come over as avoidance or a lack of accountability for something that is happening amongst the group itself, us being Black people.
I see what you're saying.
Because not every systemic piece justified some of the bullshit that happens.
Right. Yeah, for sure. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I would say you have to investigate it though. For me, you got to investigate it,
and
because it's like
that's within the within.
Right. So where
I'm
it's
sorry.
like
I'm
I
sorry
can
to cut you
say,
off. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just brought back a point that I was thinking, because when you said it, and that's the within that I was speaking of. We don't investigate the initial piece, even with what we were saying before. If you don't investigate the pushback as to why, then we never get to the investigation as to why someone's pushing back, and then we lose the conversation. It's either all or nothing. That's why I felt like Rose was asking that question. If you don't investigate, okay, because there's certain things that should be completely understood. We don't question this. We don't question minors. We don't question certain, you know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that should be understood across the board. If you give somebody, say, like a list of 5, I agreed with 3 out of 5, but because I didn't agree with all 5, now you think I hate you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's I agree. I do think that's a lot of what's going on right now. I will say, to Rose's point, I think that's a lot of internet shit too. I think that has bled over into the real world as well. I think that's a byproduct of Trump, a byproduct of Obama, a byproduct of all of that. Like because for me, it's like, bruh, like we didn't used to talk about these things. Like as Ray has said plenty of times, like we ain't used to talk about politics. We ain't used to talk about all of this type of stuff because you was deemed to have an identity outside of your beliefs. So that, and now we
was
have
Nick,
identity politics. Yeah, it was me. It was probably me that says you can't separate the
I
general.
just
from
watched the clip.
Okay,
I
okay, for sure.
just watched it. It was Nick.
But yeah, like it came to a point where it's like now your identity is wrapped into your beliefs, which I think is not, I don't think that's necessarily wrong to an extent. Like whatever you believe, that's who you are for me. If you stand on certain things, that's, I gotta hold you to that. Like character wise, it's certain shit. If you stand on a certain side of certain things, I gotta hold you to that. If you are the type of person to say colonialism was okay because look at how it turned out, I gotta put you in a certain box for me personally, type shit.
Okay. So I
yeah.
might have two questions. First one's a lot easier. Do we ever believe that the internet's going to justify what we're actually saying outside? Do we ever, like, genuinely, do we ever
No.
think that even if
We
we
should-
change the
no.
conversation, will the
I
internet
don't.
represent?
I look for
the
myself to
should-
justify
no.
what I got going on, like
Okay,
or not
cool.
myself, but data,
Yeah.
research, etc. Like to
So we
stand in
all
my
agree. So
points.
let's go ahead. I do want to put that out there. Hey, for most of the people, let's completely understand the internet will never match what's happening outside, right? So please don't use the internet as a basis of your argument. You could reference it and say, I saw this, what you think, but don't use the internet. It's never going to match what we say. I don't care if you get to the conspiracy theory side and think like AI is taking over. AI also is being controlled by certain
The
people. It's
internet is
not going to
becoming-
match
The
what you
internet is
say.
becoming a
right?
byproduct of how people
There
conduct
you go.
business and
You
how
feel
they
me?
live
So,
outside. So I can't
which leads
say
to
that.
my second question.
can't
Do
say that.
y'all believe people have issues with questions to them?
Yes, I think
Yes.
people don't. I
Why
think
is that?
people, because I like what we were saying, investigating pushback. I think a lot of people don't think beyond their first point.
Yeah.
So like if I see this, it's like, oh, that's bullshit because of blah blah blah, and you never get further behind what could make it some bullshit or what couldn't make it some bullshit. You just stand on that, and then when somebody goes, "What you mean?" and then you give your point, and they go, "Well, what about da 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 da?" or well, how that work? Because blah blah blah. Now it's bro, what the fuck, niggas ain't, and because you never took the time, you know what I'm saying, and now you feeling attacked.
The internet has created
Anti-intellectualism.
a space. The internet has created a space where everybody's points are finite, and everybody's points are
They don't move.
1,000% correct.
Yeah, they can't move.
And,
You can't
they
be.
won't move off of it. And
Yeah,
that's
like
not
it-
that's not how knowledge and conversation works.
Yeah.
Right. Like you
And
got to be able to be flexible and bendable.
That's how you build.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you sitting down and building with somebody, you have to be accepting of, I don't know everything, and this person may be able to teach me something from their perspective, and I'm gonna learn something from them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think, and to your point, Ray, like, no, I do think like the internet has created a space, especially in real life now currently, where if somebody says something and you don't agree with what the fuck they talking about, it's an issue. Like it's
But let me ask y'all this though, right? Because like let's use the example, right? Let's use the abortion example since we talked about that today, right? I'm not necessarily in the space of being like, oh, if you claim to be pro-life, I can't be your friend, right? Because I can have an understanding for where somebody might be coming from, and I know I can disagree, but that just kind of is what that is, right? But for somebody, let's say, that does stake their, like, you know, somebody's character or something like that on one of those takes, like, you know, or for a better example, the war on Gaza, right? For the folks that said, hey, bro, if you gonna vote for Kamala, you supporting genocide, and that's a character flaw in you, I can't rock with you whatsoever. Like, is there any leeway for certain? But I'm asking, is there any leeway for certain, like for you, maybe for certain points where it's like, okay, if you have this stance, like if you're opposite me on this stance, it is an issue.
I would say, yeah, I think everybody does have those lines though. It's extreme lines like rape, murder, murder's tangible because self-defense. But like rape, pedophilia, like those, like for me,
not murder.
But
it's
true. I think
like taking life.
Killing.
Yeah, taking
That's
life.
what I'm saying.
I also believe that your political views most of the time is a direct effect of where you are currently in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't hold you to
that.
Yeah, I won't hold you to like that's who you are, because that's where you are, not who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. I think that's part. I do also think part of it is certain people base their political beliefs off of who they're surrounding themselves with or what they were taught because they don't know themselves. I'm of the belief that most people, there's a large amount of people that are doing their political beliefs
Parroting.
because that's the
Yeah.
trend in
Yeah.
their social world.
And I'd say on both sides.
They can't stand. I think there's a lot of people that cannot stand on what they say. And that's why I asked that question. Do people have a problem with questions? Because even outside of the internet, if you get in a conversation with certain people and they say, I feel like this, there's certain times where I already go, okay, we're going with feelings. Because if I press you on
they
a
don't know.
fact,
Yeah, because they don't know.
if
And
I press you on a
that's
fact, it's
but
gonna
that's yeah.
gonna now all of a sudden it's shaky because what you feel has made a large amount of your beliefs as a person. So
Yeah.
I didn't just challenge
Right.
this one contextual thing. I challenge your life.
Yeah.
And
That's something
you're taking it as I challenge your life as opposed
Yeah.
to sticking to this conversation. And it's gotten off of the internet. I have seen that as well,
Same.
engaging in personal conversations.
Yeah, I think it comes to a point, because I think a lot of people do stake their beliefs in their life. Like, this is what I stand on, this is where I'm at with it. And I do think a lot of people don't do enough research in those stances most of the time to back them with anything other than what they feel, what they were told, and how it works out for them. And to be pushed on about something like that can definitely feel like somebody is trying to attack you to attack your well-being if you don't have the ability to separate the two of, like, we're having a conversation about this and I feel this way and you feel that way. But I don't know, it's tough for me, bro, because like trying to have some of these conversations with white folks and shit, it's like, hey man, at a certain point, it's like, dog, you got too many stances on the other side, you just racist. And I can't say that to you without you being like, oh my God, what the fuck? But it's like, factually though, you might just be a racist, fam. Like, you might just be a bigot. You might just be like, these are facts. And I think a lot of people don't have the capability or desire to investigate some of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because you're wanting someone. Your point that you just made is the next step to a point that I'm making. A lot of the times people haven't been in a position to where you have to stand on something. So you comfortably say things that you haven't been able to back up or been in a situation to back up. So then once you are put in that situation and you got to stand on it, kind of similar to what you're saying. And so you're wanting me to now, once I expose that not only can you not stand on it, you are potentially flawed overall. You want me to give you credit for this. Sometimes we happen to agree on this 1 to 2 out of the 10 things that I've seen you did, but you want me to give you full grace. And that's where I think it circles all back together. You wanted to make a general statement and say that you're a good person because this one time we might have agreed, and forget the 9 other things that I saw you do. If you're doing this in a lot, that one time you didn't and it happened to be good doesn't give you the pass for the rest. To your racist point, Nick, like we happen to agree, like, hey man, that is messed up that they did this to this one person, that situation. Remember when I agreed with you? Forget all the other times where I was being a complete asshole. Remember when I agreed with you? That's how some of you do act as well. That's how certain people do get it.
I would say
give
to
me
your
grace
point,
because this might have been a mistake.
I could see it going both ways, and this is what I mean. And we can wrap this if Rosen don't have nothing after. I could see that point going both ways, in the sense of what you first said. We got 5. I agreed on 3 because I didn't agree on 2. You think I'm a piece of shit, right? That's one side of where you could say that's unreasonable, right? On the flip, I could see it being, here's 5. We agree on 3. These 2 though, these 2 are a serious 2. And the fact that you can't, like, you could move the other 3 out the way. If you can't come to grips with these 2,
and that sounds like
I can't fuck with it.
Problem.
But but hey, hold
on. That's where you have
both
to
get
get to
right.
understanding with people, though. That's where the common ground has to be.
And we can end it because where all 3 of you are right. That came with the investigation.
That's true. Yeah, that's a fact. It's a fact.
Whether it's a personal problem, whether these two are serious, or
'Cause
whether
at that point, Nick,
that's the
now you're
investigation.
being
That's a
Y'all being
unreasonable.
difficult. Y'all being
Am I
now
being-
in a way.
how so?
It depends because it's
How so?
subjective.
Now
It
you're being
depends.
unreasonable because if
How
there were
so?
5 and I agreed on 3,
Let's
I
say
don't
that, but let's
care
say
how
the
deep
3.
your 2 are. You're being unreasonable. We
What if
agreed on
those
two-
3.
wait,
That's-
no,
but hold on,
bro.
real-
is out of
Go
pocket.
You're
ahead.
being
Go ahead.
unreasonable.
I'm gonna say this. If the 3, let's say the 3 is some, do you think all people should have healthcare? Yeah, we agree on that. Oh, do you think women should have the right to choose?
You
Yeah, we
finna
agree
go
on
hella
that. Oh, do you
extreme
think
for the last
some trivial, like, oh, do you think we should raise the minimum wage? Yeah, I agree on that. Do you think black people should be back in slavery? And do you think, like, if you get
finna
to
go hella extreme.
Okay, cool. Let's not go that extreme. Let's get to it. Let's say you black talking to a white person, you bring it up. Hey, I think we should do something different with prison reform because of how it disproportionately affects black people and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And if they get to saying some shit like, well, the crime rate in the black community is da-da-da-da-da, so that's why we can't, y'all just don't want to do better, are you being unreasonable to be like, nah?
It will be unreasonable for me to be like, I can't hear your opinion on it, and fuck you. Like,
I'm
that
not
would
saying
be-
you can't hear the opinion.
that
I'm
would be
saying
unreasonable.
after you hear the opinion and you give the pushback of like, here's why that might be some bullshit.
Yeah, but
and
I
they
can
double
also
down.
disagree. I can also disagree with people who just move on. Like, I don't
No,
have
for
to.
sure. Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Like,
For sure.
that's not
I'm
a
just-
make or break in a relationship for me, but it is for a lot of people.
Yeah, but that's the point that we get to. Like, I don't think it's unreasonable in certain instances if there's a topic that you stake your life on, like you feel like, bro, my life hangs in the balance on how folks feel about this topic. Like,
We're
being
not going to
police.
disagree on that.
Yeah, so that okay, cool.
We're not
That's
going to
Moral of the
disagree on
story is
That's
have
it.
more conversations. People,
Yeah,
we're saying
investigate.
investigation, but
Investigate.
investigate also.
Sure.
Investigate comes from
Let's see
conversation.
what we got.
Don't be scared to conversate.
You
What
end
we
up
got
learning
left,
these
man?
more things. Yeah.
For sure. Let's go. We can lighten up the mood a little bit. I may be panda breaking on this part just because I'm old and shit. I don't watch this shit. I seen all the clips from Streaming University, right? And shout out to KICS for being able to do that. I think it's dope. I don't necessarily understand what it is, why it's happening, or what's going on. So if one of y'all would like to inform me, I think it's dope that Kai can do that. But I don't like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, he doing like the jail shit in the college now. But I ain't want to just be like, you know, I hear something was happening there. So y'all, if anybody knows, please let me know.
So
I don't know
I don't really know a lot, but I'm gonna try to get it. So, like you said, he always, because I know from clips all over Twitter the last couple of years, he always does something that's like 30-day base. Like,
Yeah,
he'll do a routine of a stream of, hey, I'm just gonna do this. Like you said, the jail thing. Because remember, he caught
which
a
I
lot of
hated
flack
that.
for that.
I
He caught a
hated
lot of
that.
flack for that. I hated that too.
I was not rocking with
But
that.
like he does like some of the stuff be video game based, of course. Like he did a thing where he was dressed as Batman because he was playing the Batman games for a month. So he does a lot of things. But with this, now he's getting into things where he's trying to give other streamers more opportunity. Streamers who aren't super big. And this time he was doing it as a university because like him, the bigger streamers that he's cool with, his friends, of course, because of course you're gonna have your friends to get a bag. He had them as the teachers, as the professors. And
Were
he
they
taught
actually
them
teaching like how to stream and like
from some of the clips that I did see, they were like giving like actual like tips and stuff, but I don't think a lot of it was actual true tips. It was just exposure based.
exposure?
Because he did get like some people who were Twitch streamers that literally only had like 100 people watching them. He did pick some people that were literally unknown. Like there was one thing that went really big about a girl who like she looked like really just a random girl. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry to miss it, but like a lot of other streamers made her cry because they were talking about her appearance. And he took the time, him and his other homies, like they went to her, put her on their stream, like, no, you had India Love talking to her, like, oh, you're beautiful. Don't let nobody, like, you know, doing the uplifting, empowering thing for her. So I would say, like, there were some positive things in it. Like, he actually rented out a university. He had this on the actual university in the dorm rooms. So I would say it was a good overall. From what I've seen, like I said, I'm going off of some of the clips I've seen. He had DDG there. I ain't gonna get into all that because it was weird at the time because of what he's dealing with. I ain't gonna get all into that, but it's just he had a lot of streamers. He had celebrities, of course.
That's the most strategic meeting.
You said what?
Sorry. No,
No,
said-
I peeped that too. I peeped that too. Rose had it was a very, very perfect mute at the perfect time where it looked like he was ready
Rose
to
has the
jump and
most
say something.
strategic mutes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put a counter on cuz how many times
but
we
no,
mute.
But no, like that's from what I've seen, it looked like it was
I'm
some
becoming
putting on
more
the home.
conscious, brother.
It was like something he putting the homies on. He putting on some small content creators to get them bigger and more exposure. It was an exposure money thing. Put your viewers on. Had hundreds of thousands of people watching. Same old thing from Castanet, but building on to put back and give back to others.
Shout out to that.
And from what I've seen, it was all black people. From what I've seen, I'm gonna keep
I seen some Asians. Ain't no issue. Ain't no issue. It's just,
but it just that's why I was saying it looked like it was a bunch of more majority black people.
Yeah.
So like that's another win in this stuff too.
Yeah, because to that there I did see a complaint where people were saying like he's not really caring to teach people, he's only getting black people. I remember that tweet popping out on it that people were talking about that. It's like, oh, it wasn't for everybody. He was just trying to aim for black streamers, bro. That's how they do it.
But even then, it's like, what's wrong with that? What's the issue?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? I thought y'all didn't like DEI. It worked for it. But you know what I'm saying? So with what he was doing, I think the cool pieces about it, because I don't know much about streamers. I genuinely don't follow streamers. But he did it at a genuine college campus. From the places that they were filming from, it was a real college campus. And I think where we could highlight it, he brought popular streamers on to more so teach. And then he brought people that weren't really streamers to sit in the class. So the people that know how to do it were the quote unquote professors.
Yeah.
Right. And so they're breaking down game to you as you go along. And then this is how you do it while live streaming. This is how you adapt in the moment. These are some of the things that you could do to build your content. Whoop-de-whoop. I thought that was super dope. So the other part of it, it was free. You just had to meet certain qualifications. So you didn't have to pay actual money. I think not to enroll. You might have had to pay money to figure out how to get there. I don't really know the details of that, but actually going to it, it's not like he charged you to be a part of this. It was, did you meet the cut as a genuine university, and then you come over here and do it. So I thought those two parts were dope, man. It's like you were showing people this is how it works, and you're inviting people to your market, to your world, instead of looking at it like competition. You looked at it like we can all do this. I think that's cool. That's all I really have on it.
I got one thing, real quick, and I don't want to serious us out, but
it's too late.
To the DDG portion of this, y'all see these like India Love, Cooking with Kaya coming out and like reading this like message about DDG and shit?
I haven't seen it.
It's some shit where they basically, I'm gonna come clean. I'm gonna keep it clean. It sounds like write this note, write this like letter of like good faith for me, so I can like, you know what I'm saying, take it in there to the court type shit. And if you think you slick, nigga, we see you. I can see you. Okay. I can see you, nigga.
Also, nigga, on top of that, speaking of that, we really see you. This nigga was on stream and he said he was foreshadowing the future. He was on stream like, hey man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I think something real bad about to happen to me. That was a clip that came out like in the last couple of days. Yeah. So that's why it's one of the, he was like, man, I think something real bad about to happen to me. So like I didn't see what you was talking about, but like another layer to it, like, all right, bro, we see the play. So you might have been doing some heinous things potentially.
Last thing. If you, this is to all the fellas out there, if you have a child of any age, please do not be on camera asking another grown man if you can be a YN. It just doesn't look, it's just not, just doesn't make sense for real. Just, you too old for that shit. Buddy on camera asking Cosna, yeah, bro, when I clock out, can I be a young nigga? Can I be like a YN when I'm not teaching no more? It's like, how you think that's gonna play out? And anyway, it's whatever. We can move along. Shout out to Casanat, man. Shout out to Stream University. I did see one of I think Agent got like 3 streamers, like a brand deal, their first brand deal. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to that. All right, Ray. It's your time to shine, brother. It's the question segment. ask the ladies to ask the men. Let's get into it, gang. What we got this week?
Cool. We got two. I'm gonna start with the first question. When y'all were younger, as young boys, you growing up, you a kid, right? You just started trying to approach the girls in your class and whatnot. What was the R&B song that you went to practice the most to build up your swag?
I'm gonna tell you this right now, nigga. I was in the 4th grade, 9 years old, or 5th grade. Usher had just came out with Confessions, Superstar. I wrote out the lyrics, typed them bitches out. I was the smartest, niggas write notes. I typed out the lyrics with the "Would you go out with me? Yes or no?" She balled it up and threw it away, but yeah.
Damn. Damn. Didn't see that. No.
Yeah.
Balled it up and threw it away is tough, bro.
Hey man, it happens.
I still remember who did it. I ain't gonna say who, but
man. I hope you step on the Lego, dog. Why'd you do that to my man's like that, bro? Man, I hope you stub your toe.
My joint was it was either Yo, excuse me, Miss Chris Brown, or With You, Chris Brown. Unfortunately, like Chris Brown had some shit back in the day, and it was like, yeah, if I'm trying to get shorty on the little vibe, yeah, that when you, yeah, it was, yeah, come on, it's the vibe. Like, come on, gang, that was my shit. What you was playing?
Yeah, if it wasn't Yo, it was definitely On the Hotline, Pretty Ricky. I was definitely getting active. I was a different young boy.
All right.
On the hotline, Pretty Ricky is hilarious.
I had a different set of issues.
That's the most on-brand Rose answer that you put at that. That's so on brand.
We're all learning who we are, and this,
How did you? Okay, so how did you decide? How were you able to determine which song to use? Like, you getting there, you had between Yo or Hotline. How do you determine?
Well, it's in the words. I mean, you just listen to what they, you know what I'm saying, what they hollering about. I was kind of, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say I was on that time, but I was on that time. Like,
hey, but I'm gonna say, see, now we're on the hotline. I think I was like 12, 13. If you knew how to sing or hold just a little note, any R&B song was in your favor. I would say that. Like, that's why when I was in elementary, I had to learn the game. Once I got to middle school and I started to learn myself, like, nigga, you know how to sing. Use it. It worked. It worked. Look, I was in the 7th grade, Neo Mirror. Wildest song to be singing at 12 years old. But yeah, motherfucker worked. All the phone numbers in the world, nigga.
Oh man, you the reason Frank Ocean wrote songs for women. It's you. You did this.
I was thinking the same thing.
You did this.
That is crazy. Joe.
Oh man. Who you? What you was playing, Ray?
Oh, Nice and Slow by Usher. Because I could just replace the Usher part with my first name, and it's the same numbers because my middle name Raymond. Big fact. That shit worked all the way into adulthood, bro.
That works. No, yeah, that works.
DAVIDRAY. It's cooked, bro. What?
They call me DA. Hey, just imagine, and you know he was
serious with it too.
You know he was like with the
what?
Oh man,
all up in her ear and shit. Like,
you just had to know how to work the shoulder a little bit, like as long as you could do. What?
What's the next question?
Lob from Usher, bro. That was my entire life right there.
Oh shit.
All right. That was the easy one. All right. So the follow-up question was, oftentimes you see relationships end because they just outgrew each other, and that's usually a phrase that you hear from women more than you hear from men. As men, have you ever felt that you've outgrown the relationship? And if you have, why didn't you or your friends from the majority not just say that instead of waiting for the woman to finish up and separate for you?
I'll start. Let
me add context. Outgrew is simply on the fact that, like, even with whatever trials and tribulations that y'all have going on, it's like that person is still great.
This is not gonna work.
You know what I'm saying? That person's still great. They do the things that you love. Like when y'all first got started, they are they are almost still that person, or they just continue to be great, but you've gone here, or you've evolved into this?
No, I haven't had that. I haven't
Have
had
you
that.
seen it from any of your partners, like where they clearly were amongst the boys? They saying, "Man, this is where I'm at," whatever the case may be, but they never brought that to
Nah, like the homie, like if the homies they don't really bite their tongue about when they finna get up out of there and why. You know what I'm saying? So they nah, I ain't never really had a situation of like, yeah, this is great, but we just don't, this just ain't working type shit. This just a dub. We can't really do that. Nah. And I would think, to answer the other question of why women would probably say that more often than men, but we ain't worried about all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you here, I'm here. It's a vibe, it's cool. Everything is copacetic. Like, food in the house, bills is paid. Outgrow. Where you going? What you mean? Like, but I do think that's like but I think that could be a conversation though. Like as far as like, you know, once y'all do get copacetic in a relationship and shit, like what are y'all doing as individuals to further and grow as people and individuals? But for the most part, I think, man, if the relationship cool, bro, we kicking it. I outgrew shorty. Man. Like what?
Yeah.
I'll say it's twofold. Now for me, have I ever experienced that? I would say yeah, but I was younger and I still like ended up ending the relationship. Like, and
But
that's where I was.
when you ended the relationship, did you say specifically that I outgrew you?
No, I didn't. I didn't say it out. I didn't outwardly say that, but it was explicit in both of our actions. It was explicit in, hey, you about to graduate school. You're gonna do X, Y, and Z. We love each other. It sounds great, but I'm about to go into a different direction. And you're saying, I think I'll be there one day. I think I'll do something one day. Like, and again, and that's what I would say where, yeah, you can hold on for a while because it's like, well, I'm patient. I want to see you get there because I do support you. I care about you. But then there is a time where you have to make that decision for yourself. Am I holding myself back by being patient? Like that's why. So that's why I say I have, like I can say I've seen that before. I have endured that before.
I think we may
that's part of the question though. That, like, why didn't you're saying it was explicit in the actions? Why didn't you just say that?
I think we may say it differently. Like I think we may say some shit like this just ain't working type of thing. Like we might voice it as like, hey, this just ain't working out. You know, you doing this, I'm doing this. It is what it is. And we not, cause like if I come on, cause you sit your girl down talking about some, yeah, shorty, this ain't gonna work. I outgrew you. Good luck. Good luck with that conversation. Because you finna get a whole list of how you didn't and what shorty done in the meantime and all type of, so like I think we probably just in order to avoid that.
I don't care about.
So to avoid that, we'll just be like, hey, I don't think this is working anymore. I think we want different things and we should go see different people.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I may have misinterpreted your question because I thought your question was, why is it that men don't outgrow relationship, but women do? That's what I thought.
No. That's what I thought. Why don't men say it in the instance that?
Yeah. Well, I'll say why they don't say it. Well, let me answer that then. Why don't men say it? Because I mean, we may want to end a relationship, but we still care about. I would say some people we still care about the person. Like I said, in my case, I still cared about that person, still love that person. So I wouldn't. I don't want to tell, like, cause essentially, I want to be cordial. Like, let's be real, bro. I don't want to tell you I'm leaving you because you're not in it.
You're not hearing none of the shit Rose is just
I didn't hear him.
I didn't hear him. He said you're not telling the truth. That's what he said.
He said he was
no, I'm not.
He said, and I ain't snitching. He said, hey, niggas be comfortable. Then he said, folks be complacent. And then with with Ev was like, you know, I still cared about this person. I still did it. He said, niggas still trying to beat.
Niggas still trying to beat.
Look.
Because
I know the
'cause on
game,
cool-
bro. I know the
Because
game.
on the cool, Nick,
I've been there.
don't feel mad. Don't feel bad
You
because Nick
real?
low key said the same thing. Because when he over here talking about, you got to be prepared for when they said it. Nah,
Well,
you still trying to.
Wait.
No, I'm saying specifically in the sense of like if you done with Shorty, like if you dead done with Shorty, and you pull up and approach that conversation from the place of, hey, I outgrew you, so this is why I'm leaving. That's
Crazy.
gonna turn
Let's
into an
keep going,
argument.
and
And
Little
I'm
does
not
she know
finna.
I've been done.
Rather than do
Right.
that, I'm gonna just say, hey, this isn't working, and we need to see other
What's-
people and leave it
So what's
alone.
the argument?
Because
everything that you might
you
list,
can't
now
tell
have
it.
to-
You can't
you
tell.
have to tell somebody
And we
that
got to be
they're
careful because we
terrible,
don't want
you're
to. We don't want to venture into a certain land.
Yeah,
But
little does she know
you
I've
can't
been
sit
done.
down and be like, "Hey, I outgrew you," because the first thing she gonna ask is, "How?"
Yeah. Outgrew is crazy.
Now, and see now I'm gonna be real. That's why when you say why would I break it down like that?
My
I
new
ain't-
joint
bruh.
crazy.
Check it out.
you
I outgrew you into my new vibe.
I'm gonna say it how I would want it to be said to me, nigga. I don't want nobody to tell me
You
that
made
shit.
me a better
That's
man.
why. No, I don't want to hear that. I don't. I'm gonna be real. That's why I'm gonna say it the same way.
Hey,
If
listen.
I'm ever
Hey,
in
hold on,
the
real quick.
house-
Hold on, real quick. Yeah, hold on, real quick.
No.
For all of those, for those of you out there, and this is Nico speaking. This is me. Listen, if you are running around in your life, and I hope you not, because there's no reason you should be. I promise you. I'm like 3 years into my relationship. Like there should be no reason I should be being discussed. But if you are running around telling folks, I made him what he is, I'm the reason he da 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 da.
Salute.
Hold on. Thank you. Because
Appreciate
because what you made me become, and be able to give to this woman.
You just got me to the
Salute,
next bus stop
Appreciate you,
faster.
gang.
Appreciate
I appreciate you. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
look.
It's great over here. So like just
Hey,
you
got
know,
me to the next bus
You know,
stop quicker, man.
because that's when you get comfortable. It's like, hey, I was walking when I met you, but you taught me how to drive.
you taught me how to drive, and now I'm whipping. What you talking about?
Appreciate you.
Because that's where I'm on Rose's point. You're gonna say a whole bunch of stuff, but hey, that was younger me. I outgrew that. I'm over here now. I outgrew.
You don't even care about all that.
I got
No,
one.
hold on.
I got
I
one.
want to go back to what you had in your answer, Nick. I'm so sorry. I forgot when we first asked the question because I was gonna say why, but I can't remember specifically what you said. Remind me right now.
Oh, usually we don't want to like it's gonna come with an argument, right? And like what you be saying all the time, I'm not taking a bullet that didn't have my name on it. So if I can avoid this shootout, hold on. If I can avoid a shootout though, I'm finna err on the side of caution and less harm. So if I can get out of here, if I can pull up and go, hey yo, look, this has been great.
That'd be
You
young.
know, you're a great person. Whoopty whoop, blase, blah. But this just ain't working out. And I gotta, if you pull up to that conversation talking about, hey, listen, I outgrew you.
I'll pull up.
That's not gonna be a conversation.
Also, though, I'm gonna break
Y'all
it down.
finna
So it's I don't
switch
want,
on the back of my
lady
shit.
move
Y'all
on.
finna get into
Y'all
a
wanna
whole
know
lot of who did what for who and when and why and not.
right.
People want to know why though.
I'm good.
Y'all never wanted to know why.
No, I don't
I'm
need
not
to know.
doing
So when she
why.
pulled up, she's just like,
I'm not
you was
Mario.
like, okay, cool, stop it.
What's cuz name? Mario wanna. I don't want to know.
I'm just
I
not
don't want to
even
know
doing all that.
nothing.
Why? All
I
that
don't
why out
care.
the window.
If it's a dub, it's a dub. We out of here.
Okay.
We out of here. Like, well, let me keep it clean. I don't want to know why with any of them. With this one I got now, we ain't breaking up. So I need to know what you got going on. Like, we gonna fix this out. But the rest of them, I'm cool.
You see what he said? You see what he's saying? But you ever walked into Best Buy and like got some new Beats by Drake?
Yes, I've done that.
Brand new, them motherfuckers knocking.
Yeah, I've done that. This is the
So
same mic I've had the whole time I've recorded.
Knocking.
I'm cool. I'm cool. I hear you. But and look, and if it gets to that point where I just have to go into the Best Buy, God forbid, then Godspeed when I walk in. But if I can avoid having to go to that Best Buy, brother,
I tell you, don't pull up.
I'm in the house.
I'm in the
house. Window shop.
I'm in the house.
I'm over here like I'm kind of confused a little bit with it because Best Buy like
what they saying.
All I'm gonna say is like if you go in that Best Buy, that means you was already researching.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even window shop.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm in the house with it. That's why I'm in the house with it.
That's the problem. You shouldn't be.
But I'm like
essentially
50,
what they're saying is
You should have been with that. You should have been trying to figure out, hey, why
He
is
said
this
I'm
not
like
working?
50.
Why is this not working? You
You
should have been
Summertime white
troubleshooting.
crust square is filthy. I'm
You
on the
should have been
grind.
troubleshooting first.
My paper stack now filthy.
That's all I'm gonna say.
So
You should have
you
been
agree with me?
troubleshooting first.
Summertime
No,
white
Agree.
crust
So
square
you
is
essentially
milky.
saying, because if I'm understanding correctly, what they saying is if they was to actually say it out loud, their answer to the question is, I don't want no problems, I don't want no shenanigans that come with telling. So I'm gonna just hold this to me. So you agree?
Yeah.
With me?
Oh, that's
well,
him.
but see, no. But that's what I was saying when I said like I'm going to break it down. When I was saying like with the context stuff earlier, when Rose was saying you still trying to beat. No, it's I'm breaking it down as best.
No.
No. If I'm leaving, because if I'm leaving, I don't want. That's just me. If I'm leaving, I don't want.
You don't want no strings attached. You don't want no
No,
strings
when we
attached.
talking about in the past, no, I don't want no strings attached. And especially, that's what I'm saying, especially if I'm going to break down exactly why it is that it ain't there, and I'm giving you this.
You would break down you outgrew her, just not in those words.
Yeah, that's the same way. Yeah, that's what to avoid the actual. I'll go look the point right here. I'll circle all around it and get you related to that point, but you may not. That's why I said you're going to explicitly see it.
I'm with you. I got one question for y'all. I got one. We will end out on the question segment. All right. Is there a time limit on how long your relationship can go without sex?
Yes.
What's the time limit?
Yes.
What's the time limit?
Yeah,
I'm like Dame time, bro.
Boy.
What that mean? What's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, what's Dame time?
Yeah, like what's
Man, look. We got a solid little 2 weeks, man. Before that math ain't mathing, I need the math.
2 weeks.
We was doing algebra, but now we gotta do calculus. You know what I mean? Like we ain't on the same page.
Okay, so you got 2 weeks. What you got, Ray?
2 weeks is extreme because two weeks attitudes in the house done shifted. After 2 weeks, attitudes in the house done shifted. It's animosity. Words being said that you don't even mean. You just backed up. You on delay, bro. Pass the ball. Pass the Dutch. Let's get to 2 weeks is extreme.
Okay.
I don't know,
bro. Is extreme.
What you got?
You saying that's a short amount of time? That's what you?
No. Check it out. At least I'm thinking
that's a long amount of time.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
2 weeks. What? Unless I'm just physically not there due to like something 2 weeks.
But see, that's what I mean. That's what I'm gonna say. It's
that's
kind
a wild way to tell me you started using drugs.
We got grace.
Like
what?
Oh my nigga, what? No,
I'm a different person.
I'm gonna say this, bro. It just depends on.
Okay, is this? Hold on.
Wait, but no, you asked me when I'm gonna check in. I'm at the 2 week mark. That's when I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, what's going on?
Okay, so let's further the question. Okay, so is this let's say like y'all just haven't attempted in 2 weeks? You checking in and be like, yo, what's up? Or is this like, does it depend on like if y'all have tried in the last 2 weeks, or like if it's like y'all have been trying for the last 2 weeks and she just keep blowing it off? I understand the check in. I'm saying like, let's say y'all both working, whatever, y'all sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all just going through life and y'all haven't in 2 weeks. Is you checking in to be like,
you get to go to sleep? No.
Hey.
No.
That's why I'm with you.
Let me help y'all with this. As y'all build to this point, let me help y'all with this. If you think that your long-term relationship, she not feeling a certain type of way, that so much time has gone by,
somebody need to check in.
She's turning into a serial killer as you speak. As you keep walking by and not helping her out, you are counting your days. Write your eulogy. This goes both ways, big dog.
It do. No, I'm with you.
It's for the health of y'all's relationship, bro. It's not
crack
just
them cheeks. Crack them cheeks, man.
What?
And that's why I would say that's where the check in. If it's getting, because you got to think that same question you just asked. I bet you women may give a totally different answer because we're both thinking two different things, right? So that's where the check-in come in. Like if me as a man, if I say 2 weeks, and for her she's saying it's maybe 1 week, somebody need to check in because somebody's reaching that point quicker than the other of frustration.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's
Okay.
what I would say
just wondering.
in that.
Oh,
Like if
yeah.
we busy, like if life is busy, like I don't. That's why I would say.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I'm asking because it's like
if
I
life
know.
is busy. I doubt both people or they're both like, nigga, we ain't
And
have
that's,
time.
but that's why I'm asking because I'm just trying to see like for y'all, like is it like I don't care what's going on. I need to get this off at least
Oh no,
every other
that's
week
what I'm
type
saying.
of thing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
let me be clear.
Niggas, I hate to hear the alternative, man.
It's either that needs to happen. I'm gonna reiterate. I'm letting y'all know it's for
I'm
both of
outside
y'all.
with it. That's what she said.
That needs to
I'm
happen.
not saying
for a
that.
justification.
Yeah, you're right. Let me not
I'm
put
not
that on your
saying
jacket. Let me not put that on your jacket. I'm not saying that either. Panda break.
It either you're putting it in the common understanding sense that between you two, either that needs to happen or a justification needs to suffice as to why it hasn't.
Okay.
Hey,
That's
this was what was going on. Cool, y'all had that understanding because you may not always have to ask. Like, say for example, you might have had a long week because busy is tricky because the expectations for both sides is you still expecting. I know you busy. I too am busy.
Yeah.
We still need to make time, right? But on the other side of like, hey man, you had a down week, like you was down bad. You just as a man, and because she's still looking at you, you need to say that.
We'll give you a week.
Or
we'll give you a week.
You know,
We'll give you a week.
and because it goes both ways.
We'll give you a week.
Overall, y'all giving each other a week.
We got grace.
But you need an explanation by day 7.
We give you a week.
So now I got another question. I got another question.
Now, is that 7 business days? Or
I'm
that
all right. Go. What's your question?
Now I have another.
No. Calendar. I'm so sorry. 7 calendar days.
Calendar days. Yeah.
Calendar days.
But like now, does that now also bring in the question of initiation? Because that's why I like that expectation part. If one person's like, if somebody thinking, you know what, if 2 weeks we good, and they have their context as why 2 weeks is cool. Hey, we've been running around, and the other person saying, no, it's a week. That's why I said somebody got to check in. Does there also now come a conversation of initiation?
Yeah, somebody got to check in.
If both people want it, but one person.
If you always, let me ask that. If you are always the one that have to, if you the one that always have to initiate sex, do you feel some type of way after a while? Slick. I do.
I do. I would say you feel like
that's slick. That's slick ego too, though. Like
I agree. With
slick
that.
ego is slick ego, but also we are human and we do want to feel wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a part of being human.
That's a fact. Ray, you feel some type of way if you gotta do the initiations most of the time?
That's crazy because I am a terrible initiator, bro. Like I be keeping it. I'd be so dirty if I was to sit here and act like, yeah, I'll feel away because most of my life I wasn't the initiator.
Now you see, and I agree with that to a certain
most
point.
Most of my life I was never the initiator. I have fumbled many a bag.
I'm gonna keep it clean too. I
get to it, right? Get to it.
That's a fact. I have to.
I'm with you.
That's real facts.
I have fumbled. I'm talking about at the 1 yard line. I was the Seattle Seahawks throwing.
I've definitely gotten back to the crib and had a shorty hit me with the bro. All you had to do was ask, and I'm like, man, what? Well, can I swing back? Like, hold on, you still? How long you finna be up for? Like, let me.
I'd be lying through my. Hey. Numerous a bag has been lost because I wasn't an initiator.
Is any bags you want back? Don't answer that. I'm fucking with you. Don't answer that.
I'm gonna keep it.
Pod.
You a sick man. See what he did? You see what he did? But what you can do.
Content over everything, Ray. Come on.
Yeah, let's get it.
You can send your application to the lady, and if she approves the checks and balances, she will let me know. That's the best I can offer you in this situation, bro.
Yeah, but
and that's how I fumble.
Yeah, but like, okay, but even in that, is it any names you looking to come across that list? You know what I'm saying?
Is it names I'm looking to come across that list?
Yeah, like if that name pop up on the list, you gonna nudge the lady like, nah, go ahead and run that. Sanction that. Yeah, like sanction that.
We haven't discussed it, bro. I don't we haven't discussed it. That's a genuine answer. We haven't discussed it. That might be a conversation this week. Shout out to you, big dog. I appreciate you.
Hey man, that's what we
Shout out
here
to you,
for.
big dog.
That's what we here for, to take the conversations on the
You, man.
podcast into real life. That's what we here for.
That's content, man.
Haven't
That's
discussed it
content.
because I genuinely haven't thought about that.
All
I
right,
haven't.
the same question
No,
for
I'm a
y'all.
fumblist, so
Ed, Rose.
can't
All
answer your
right,
question.
wait. Ask the question again. Hold
All
on.
right, so let's say under this circumstance, your girl is blessed, has blessed you in the relationship enough to be like, yeah, we can flip shit together, type shit.
That's a setup.
And
I was asking a whole new question.
I would say that was.
Oh
wait,
no, I
what
thought that's
question
what
is
we
that?
you were saying, because you were
wrong?
saying
No,
you were saying send it
repeat
to the
question. You were
saying send it to the wife.
I was answering.
Right, but in
Oh.
your circumstance, you got a special circumstance, right?
Wait, where are we going?
I'm so lost.
We really
okay.
pod
I'm
right
saying
now.
you
Wait a
said send it.
We-
Hold on. You
we
said
weird
send. You said if it's anybody that's trying to, you know what I mean, send it
Yeah.
to the wife. She gotta approve. Whoop-de-whoop. Right.
Okay. Right.
That would lead me to believe you have a special circumstance. Right.
If she approves.
Right. So I'm saying for Ev, if your lady were to approve in these types of situations, is there any name that you would want to see come across that approval list
No.
from your past?
No, just look her. And we gonna fucking pod. No, because guess what? The expectation is she's gonna want a name to come back across on her too. And it's a fuck no. So
wait. Hold on, Ray. Let's investigate the pushback. See, we doing this in real time now.
Let's do it.
Ed, is the reason you don't want to see a past name of yours pull up on that list because you don't want her to get the same pass?
Oh no, it's twofold. It's twofold. One, I'm gonna keep it clean. In this scenario we talking about where I fumbled and already went and spent back.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just generally of the women of your past. Yeah, go ahead.
No, let me finish. Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I'm talking in real, like that's what I'm saying. We talking real life now in hour 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
Yeah, let's get it.
I'm saying in reality, I haven't, like, with the women I've dealt with, if I fumble and they told me, nigga, you could have just, I didn't fumble again. They was like, nigga, make sure you come and spin back.
I see what he's saying.
I see what you're saying.
So and now wait, and now when we go into this, no, I don't need to. I don't. I'm just talking about real life shit. But
not that you don't need to. Just it ain't none of them sitting in that list that you just like.
Here we go. Secondly, correct, because that don't fly around here.
Okay.
You not getting that opportunity, goddamn it. So why would you even come out?
No hablo español, Gabi.
No.
Yeah, speaking of prole, me don't want
to pander, bro. We gonna be honest. No.
All right, Rose, you got any past transgressions that you
shiggity? Shiggity 1,000. 1,000%.
It's like a good amount, or like just like 1 or 2.
Good amount is nah, but it's.
He said, "Don't disrespect him."
It's a solid. It's a solid about a little. It's about a little tray ball.
Oh man,
the tray ball.
Like, and matter of fact, I'm gonna even keep it clean when I can think. No, there's nobody I want to like. There's nobody that from my past that I would want to spin on. No,
we didn't say whether you wanted to. The question was
just
if they pulled up.
If they pulled up on the list, like if you opened up the forum type shit, and
it's crazy.
Let's say the best one.
If you ask a woman, then she for sure not gonna tell you, but it's for sure.
What? Come on, man. What? That's what I'm saying. So like, if you open up the forum, hey, look. Situation over here, all she got to do is approve, and we slide. It ain't got that you want to do it.
Nigga,
it ain't.
What is we slide? What are you saying?
Y'all finna flip her. Y'all finna flip her.
Did he forget how words work?
Y'all finna flip her. You get you and your lady is finna flip her, and all your lady has to do.
I'm finna flip her. Now that, yeah. See, that's why I'm confused because I'm
Oh.
interpreting differently. I'm thinking
So
you
you're-
saying somebody you go if she gave you the pass, go.
Nah.
That's why I'm like, no. But no, if it's
Never
a
believe
physical,
I'm
no
sure.
pass.
I'm
why I'm
sure
like,
Ray
nigga,
wasn't.
what the
I'm
fuck?
sure Ray wasn't saying that
Yeah,
about his
'cause
wife.
yeah, you know
Like,
what? I got a
come
follow-up
on,
question.
fam.
That's
Your
why I'm like,
your
why
answer.
are you nigga giving a pass?
No,
Nigga,
It's not a pass. The
because
flip.
because
now do you
Ev,
understand
let
why I
me-
was saying that?
I'm with
No,
you.
I
Okay,
don't.
I'm with
I
you
don't.
now.
That's what
I'm
I'm like,
with
Because I
you.
nigga,
have a
no, you're not
follow-up
gonna
question.
ask me that because I'm not gonna let no.
Yeah, I don't understand where you're coming from because I was saying that with the clear indication that I thought what was already understood, it was a we. So are you saying no only because you didn't want a partnership? It's just more of a dolo mission?
No, I was interpreting
You
your
be on your
question
Diddy
as a
shit, right?
dolo. That's what I'm saying. I listen.
refute that in the
I
name
know
of Jesus.
exactly where I got lost. Let's keep it. I got confused, and then I can be honest. I got
Okay.
confused because when he said the line about the
I'm
send
fucking
up
with you, bro.
paper and she has to approve.
Okay.
I
So,
totally missed
all right.
that.
So
part
with the
of it.
new, so with
That
the
was
new
my fault.
understanding
That was my
that
fault.
you, with the new understanding that you and your lady is finna go flip whatever she approves of. Is
And
it
she
any
approved
women
of
in your
flipping it.
past?
For fuck sure, nigga.
Okay. All right. We
That's
just had
my
to get.
like yeah.
Okay.
It took him
Again,
too
I
long to
interpreted
get
the
there.
question
We
differently.
was trying to get you
I
outside. Like we
interpreted
was
the
trying to.
question wrong.
Because I answered the question. I answered the question for myself too. It's
Like that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking you saying do some dolo
Man,
shit.
call
I'm
me,
like,
call
It's
me
one of the
game
two.
over,
Hey.
little flip. We
dolo
you.
mission. That's what I was interpreting. That's why I'm like dolo
flip.
You know what happened? You know what happened? You know what really
Overland.
happened? Ev wanted you to line out all the safety net that you possibly
Man,
could before he
boy,
jumped
try
in
to
the water. That's what
vibe.
happened. He didn't want to
No.
swim on his own.
He ain't
He
trying to
said, "Give me some
vibe, man.
floaties."
No, I
Make
no.
sure
I dead ass
I'm
misinterpreted.
safe, bro.
The minute you said because I got lost, even when like I swear to God, I know it when I rewatch
He's
it.
trying to protect his image.
No, when y'all because I think when y'all said it, y'all was like, wait, you got a special situation. When you say situation, I'm saying, oh,
Yeah,
you get a free pass.
Nah, the
I'm not
situation is the
interpreting it
flip.
as
If
because I'm
he
thinking
thought-
Ray's talking real life, and
Ray,
I'm
he
over
thought-
kind of like, wait, nigga, y'all wait.
He thought you
I'm
crossed over to
processing
the.
shit.
He
I'm
thought you
over
crossed over to
processing
the other
shit.
side on some different shit. Like he thought you was over there
Yes.
just getting some wild shit off.
That's why I'm like,
Oh.
wait. Bro, if y'all see if you look back, y'all probably be like, oh, I see where he gets from. Like that's why I'm like, nigga, wait, what?
Oh, that's
What's going
funny.
on?
Oh,
But
that is
yeah.
funny.
Mind you, this all came off of asking, "Is there? How do you feel about initiating?"
Oh,
Right.
shit.
That's the thing. That's why I'm like, wait, where did threesomes come from? That's why I said, wait, we talking about threesomes? That's why I'm like, where are threesomes coming from? We talking about
Go ahead,
initiation.
rap that, Nick.
Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Oh, with you.
We
All
had
right,
to
man.
custom make a life vest for Ev, bro. We had to build it and construct it by hand before
No,
he got
you
in the
didn't. I
water.
was just confused. That's all. I misinterpreted something. That's all.
All right, man.
Don't
My
let him
brothers.
fool y'all. He's smarter than he looks. He knows what he did. He
No,
wasn't
see,
confused.
fuck that. We can go there. Ray tries to
He
push a
wasn't
narrative.
confused.
I was confused. I literally just explained where I was confused.
He
I was
knows how to
confused about
swim.
the paper.
Don't let him
The
lie
checks
to
and
you,
balances.
bro.
All right, man. My brothers, I appreciate y'all, man. This has been another episode of the Keep It Clean podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Fresh off the Memorial Day cookout episode. Shout out to Rudy. Shout out to Smith pulling up, holding us down with that joint, man. Episodes dropping every Tuesday. We got one-offs coming as well. We gearing up for that. Playoffs are still coming. We got the sports show coming for y'all as well. Yeah, man. Stay tapped in with us. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean, keep it clean. We out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good week, man. Oh, real quick. My brothers, what's y'all week looking like? We gotta get back to doing this. Like, how everybody week looking?
Man, the best month.
I'm
of the
free.
year
I'm
about to
free on
start.
Tuesday. I can record on Tuesday for sure.
Bet. That's a bet. All right, cool. We got Rose has an opening under his week. Ed, what you got?
Next, you know what I'm saying? The best month of the year. It's starting up June, Gemini season.
You hear me?
June 11th.
You hear me?
Next week, I get to go see Kendrick June 4th next Wednesday. So what's up?
Yeah.
I
Let's
go
get it.
finally see the Gen-X tour, St. Louis. It's lit.
Fire. What you got, Ray?
Coming up this week, man. I'm pulling up on a little show. They doing a strings concert of playing out the beef tracks between Kendrick and Drake, where they're only playing it on strings like an orchestra or whatever the case may be. So you're just hearing the sounds of it. So I'm
That's
pulling up
interesting.
on one of those, man. Yeah, like they're doing kind of like a symphony behind it, just so you can kind of hear the melodies through strings, you know, cellos, violins, whatever the case may be. It's, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna pull up on that. I'm back on the lanes, big dog. I'm back. I'm
Back
back
outside.
bowling.
Oh,
I'm back
okay.
outside, man. So
Okay.
you know, got
I'm-
that on the schedule. Then outside of that, bro, man, we with the family.
Yeah, my week is cool. As Ev said, it's the best month of the year. We here. You know what I'm saying? His birthday, June 11th, mine, June 12th. He bird, big Gemini season in the building. You feel me? We outside. It's my whole family. It's like a lot of Geminis in my family and shit. Like the birthdays is finna. I'm finna get annoyed in a second. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm here. My brother's birthday is in like 2 days. Type
My
shit.
brother's birthday tomorrow.
You
My
know
brother's
what I'm
birthday
saying?
tomorrow.
Like,
So
on
shout
some
out to him
shit.
June 1st. Shout out to him, my brother.
Open your
Facts.
wallet.
Shout out to my bro.
Yeah,
Shout
shout out
to
my
brother.
brother too, Torian, June 3rd, my boy. What's up, Rick? Go
Shout out
ahead.
to my brother and my mom who share a birthday on June 15th. Both of them, older bro and my mom Dukes, man. So yeah,
Yeah.
Geminis
Shout
as
out.
well.
Shout out to me. Fuck you talking about.
Oh God! Oh, and shout out to the homie Josh. Your birthday June 2nd. Shout out to you, my boy. But yeah, man. This has been like his birthday ain't till later this year. Like you just calm down. You just cool out. You know what I'm saying? You got plenty time for you.
Yeah,
But yeah,
shout out to
man.
you.
I appreciate y'all boys for pulling up for another week. We ran a little bit long today. We fresh off the, you know what I'm saying? We back to work. You know what I mean? We had to get y'all a full show, man. It's another week. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean, keep it clean. We out.